got our count.
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America?
America.
You coming?
America.
That's how I got into this country.
This
Through
your
Rob. Through Rob.
King of R&B right here. You better be quiet while he sings.
Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to Canada? America.
Just North Carolina.
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Who wants to come back?
And they have their hands up. Real talk though, he's kind of killing that shit.
America!
He's low-key killing it though. That's the king, man. That's who they call the king of R&B right there.
Yeah.
So how you feel? Huh?
Bacchanal podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
What's good, everybody?
Before we start talking about what we've been up to and all that stuff, let's jump into this king of R&B talk. So you want to play the video where Jaquez, or how do you say his name? Jaquez?
Jacques. Yo, ain't no Jacques.
Jaquez.
What's good, y'all? What's good? I know I got a pimple on my chin. I'm gonna bust that bitch later.
Herpes, bro.
But I just want to let everybody know that I'm the king of R&B right now for this generation. I understand who done came and who done did that and that and that, but now it's my turn. Jacquees, the king of R&B. I just heard him say it, and I've been feeling like that. ATL, let's get it. I'm the new king of R&B.
So what do you think? What do you think of what he said? You believe him?
All right, so let's talk about like the recent 10 years. So we're talking like the past 10 years.
Here's my thing. After we talk about the recent 10 years, I want to talk about who's running R&B this year. Who had the hottest year? We already know the king of R&B for the past 10 years. Obviously, being Chris Brown.
I'm gonna say Chris Brown and Miguel.
I say Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel's my new generation king of R&B.
Daniel Caesar. He's been killing shit. I hear good things about Black, who you call Six Lack, whatever you're calling him.
I call him Six Lack. That's how he spelled it.
Yeah, man, they've been running it this year. So I don't know if we got to give the crown to somebody for this year. I don't know, man.
Now let's
Jacques.
Jacques.
I don't know no
Jacques. Ever since he did that Trip remix,
it's good marketing for him.
He been feeling himself a little too much, man. Oh, Jacques. First of all, y'all need to stop playing with my name out here. Y'all know I'm the real king of R&B, man.
Hold on. We gotta first hear what Jay Holiday has to say about this.
All right, listen up, man. This is from one R&B singer to the rest of y'all motherfuckers, man. Listen here.
What you got?
And this is some real shit from my heart.
All right. What's up?
That shit, that bullshit that man said. There's 3 kings.
Why you got 5
of
fingers
R&B.
up, though?
The first one sold 20 million on his first.
Hold on, did you catch that? He put up 5 fingers.
There's 3.
There's
all
3,
5.
There's
all
3,
3 of
man.
them.
There's 3 kings. They got 5 fingers up. Continue.
I'm not valet, baby. Not with a Gucci jacket on. I'm not valet, baby. The second king.
Ain't nothing wrong with having a Gucci jacket.
Hey, man, what are you judging people for, man? You think you're the only person that works, makes money? Valets can get Gucci too. Shit's in like almost all the malls.
First of all, I thought that was Cat Williams. I was like, Cat Williams in the R&B game now.
Oh shit!
It's from Chicago.
Yeah, man.
And the third one.
First of all, let me get back to my point. Oh Lord, this nigga talking
right here.
The nerve of these
the nerve.
Okay, when he just said 4 and 5 right here, his boy rolls up. It's like,
who's his boy? I thought that was the game. I was like, is that the game?
4 and 5, definitely ain't you two. Get the fuck out of here. I was like, this can't be real. The timing is too perfect on this whole video.
That valet thing took me out though, man. He's like, no, baby, I got a Gucci jacket on.
The valet.
That's like me doing a video, and then somebody walking up on me and be like, nah, baby, I got slippers on. real kings wear slippers, so you know.
That was hilarious.
The streets know I'm the king of R&B. You know what I'm saying? With mixtapes like Short Nigga Tall Tales, Maple Justice. You know, do you want me to break them off on a little something?
Break them off. while I try to figure out how to turn this.
No. Yo,
no. People have glasses in their car, bro. Insurance only pays a little bit on it.
I don't even use words. I just make sounds. Baby. I created the Nahoo because I stubbed my toe. This was the summer of '92, and I just stubbed my toe really bad. I said Nahoo.
I'm sorry, people. I apologize.
Y'all quit playing with my name, son. Y'all know AK the real king of R&B out here, man.
I gotta take this share screen off, man. How I do that? You gotta help me with that real quick. Shit.
I be singing about, Jacquez also with the E. I be singing about all the alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, F.
What's so good about this Jacquees guy? Why does he feel he got the crown?
I don't know, because he looks like the aliens from Men in Black. So maybe he just really Agent J hasn't wiped his memory. No, Agent J wiped his memory and told him, "Hey, you the king of R&B," and he's just been rolling with it.
Birdman really got this guy gassed up, man.
He looks like one of the worms. He looks like one. And the thing is, Lil Wayne used to run around telling people that he was the king of rap until people believed it. I never believed it, but
best rapper alive since the best rapper retired.
So I'm gonna go on a limb and let people know I'm the best Canadian Trinidadian podcaster living in North Carolina.
Yeah, man, I'm the best T-Dot podcaster, best podcaster in the world, man. I'm the king of podcasting. You know what I mean? Anybody else who got a problem with that? Talk up. I'm talking.
Talk up, son.
Talk up, son. You know what I mean? I'm talking to all y'all.
Man, y'all ain't ready for the Shaquille album.
If you
man.
could just give yourself crowns these days, why not?
You know what other people don't sing with? Z. I'm about to hit Z.
I think R. Kelly has an album.
Boy, they ain't ready.
Hey, man.
Nah.
Welcome everybody to episode 65 of the Bacchanal podcast.
Yeah, I'm right. Casey got a whole beard out there. A whole beard.
Word? The camera's still on? Let me turn this shit off.
Yeah, man, he out there looking like Django. When they first found his ass.
Oh, yeah? Nah, you can't do it like that. Nah, it's just lined up nice.
What's your name, sir? Casey.
Nah, man, my shit's looking nice, man. My shit's nice and lined up.
Django, boy, out here with the savage. It's cold out there. I'm not hating, man. I got the beard too, but I don't got the Django.
You took your camera off. You're hiding over there.
I'll put the camera back on.
I can't get you right now. Can't see that sweaty ass forehead of yours. With the glare.
Where's the letter E so I can show people what I'm singing about? E G G. Oh man, what you been up to, sir?
Hey man, been getting these Smash characters like a Pokemon, catching them all. I had to take a break on it. I'm like, yo, I gotta let me learn some of these other characters, see who I like.
My dude's Captain Falcon. Once I unlocked him, I've been doing better.
Oh, okay. You been still ducking and dodging? No, you been hiding that beat down, bro. What's going on?
I heard online's not working that well, lagging, dropping games, so they need to fix that before.
Oh yeah, you ain't even tried.
I go there.
You've been running. See you online. I'm like, you ready?
Look, man, I've been working on my. I already told you I'm doing R&B. So I've been working on the mixtape. Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that comes, first and foremost, the mixtape.
You be giving that Kanye hop and dash. That's what you be doing.
Just lies.
Baby.
Mixtape first.
That hop and dash. Oh,
so
man.
that's what I've been.
I've been running that. I've been watching some F is for Family on Netflix. It's like 20-minute episodes. Bill Burr's cartoon that he's been doing. That's been going pretty good.
All right. I've been reading that.
Nice. What you been reading?
All right, I'm gonna hit you. What you want to hit? You want to hear the comic book I like the most or the least?
Oh, I've been fucking with some comics too. But yeah, what do you got?
All right, you want good or bad first?
Start with the good.
Start with the good. My favorite comic series right now is Marvel Knights. It's an Elseworld story. It starts off where it's basically the story is all the Marvel characters that you know and love are living regular lives and have regular jobs, and they have no memory of who they were. So it starts off with the Punisher. He's a cop in New York City, and he's been recruited by David Banner, who accidentally got back his memories. And David Banner's been going around and basically not knocking people over their head, but like reawakening them to what's going on. So the first person that they recruit is Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. And once he figures out that he's Daredevil, he tries to see Froggy, and he sees that Froggy and Nelson's a completely different firm, and he has a card. He has his Froggy and Nelson card, and in his hand it says Froggy and Nelson, and he hands it to Froggy, and Froggy looks at it. It's a completely blank card. He's like, "Who are you? Who's this crazy blind man? Get this guy out of my office." So once he gets his memories back, they become a team of 3, where it's the Punisher, the Hulk, and Daredevil, and the third person that they're recruiting is Elektra, and she's just working in the corporate office, and they basically bombard her and let her know like, "Hey, you're Elektra," and she goes about like beating the hell out of the Punisher, and she's like, "You know what? I think you're right, because I've been working in this corporate office and I have all these battle scars. It doesn't really make sense that I have all these scars on my body and I'm working as a lawyer." So so it's pretty cool.
That sounds interesting. That's a cool concept.
The next person that they need to recruit is my boy T'Challa. So does it have one with the cover of Doctor Strange on it? Not yet. One interesting thing is Tony Stark. He's currently in jail because he was like a master hacker, and he was hacking and stealing, and he was a blue collar criminal. So instead of using his genius for good, he was just been robbing people out here in these streets.
I need one of those in my life right now. Michelle Obama tickets went out quick in Toronto. People are vexed in the city right now, man. But
yeah, it's interesting seeing the Punisher with everything he wants. Like, he has a wife or a girlfriend. He's a cop, and he's like, "I just feel like I need to avenge people, but I don't have anybody to avenge." So he's just drinking. He's like, "Fuck." He's like, "I've got shit to do."
Hey man, that's an interesting concept.
Yeah, definitely check out. Yeah, check out Marvel Knights. Is my favorite new series. Now, my least favorite series, which I was super hyped for, was Killmonger.
Okay. I didn't even know he had a comic. That's good. They're trying with him, huh?
That shit was trash, bro.
Is he the original Killmonger look, or is he the movie?
No,
look?
it's the movie. So it's basically following the backstory to Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger. Mm-hmm. So the first image is you're seeing him throw Black Panther off the cliff, and then it starts from there. And
or is it like a BT start, a BT movie? You probably wonder how I got here, aren't you?
You wonder how I got T'Challa over my shoulders, right?
Throw him over the thing. Let's take it all the way back to 1996 when days were better. Was it one of those?
Yeah, that's basically the story. Yeah, some dumb shit like that. So he's like, let me take y'all back to when I was in college. So he's at was it MIT? Yeah. And he's talking to his advisor, and she's telling him all these places that he could go, and jobs he could go to since he has such a high GPA, and how he's such a great student. And he's like, "No, Mr. White Man. You can't tell me what to do in my life. I'm going to do whatever. You want to put me in these corporate jobs." And then it flash forward to, it does a flashback scene to, you see that he's sleeping with her. So he's sleeping with this white woman, Mr. Pro-Black Killmonger. And then she tries to argue with him, and he just calls her a colonizer and walks out the room. I said, what white man is writing this comic? Because that's the dumbest shit ever. Yeah, it's like a white person writing what they think Killmonger would do. Mm-hmm. Because the real Killmonger we saw in the movie, he'll educate you, but he'll put you down. He'll hit you with some knowledge, and he wouldn't just call you a colonizer and walk out the room. That's dumb. That's bad writing. It was just really stupid. Like, I was just like, what the fuck wrote this?
And it's Black Panther's sister who was saying the colonizer stuff in the movie.
Exactly, not Killmonger. So the writing is trash. The art style's iffy. He tries to work for what's his name, Kingpin at one point. But he messes up on the mission, and they don't kill him. I'm just like, why don't you kill him? They killed everybody else. They're like, nah, we see something in you. I'm like, I don't see it. But you guys have
enough origin story in the movie.
No, they did a better origin story in the movie. Like, it's clearly somebody who's out of touch writing. Yeah. Whoever this Juan Ferreira guy is, like, nah, you ain't the one for Killmonger. Get somebody else to do the writing. And the art style's not that great. So
I hate
the whole colonizer thing threw me out. I was like, the fuck? That's not Killmonger.
The new Wolverine, the Return of Wolverine series that it's been having. The art style is so disappointing. The story has not been as good as I was hoping.
I don't care about that's the Fire Claws Wolverine.
Yeah, it's so disappointing. He's getting his memory back and he's fighting the X-Men, but it's still like, oh man, they're just dragging it on, man. This is a money grab. It's so disappointing they're doing this with one of my favorite characters. I thought them bringing him back was meaning they actually had a proper story for him. It's been pretty trash.
What's a good pickup?
Hold on, I got a good random one that I.
You got one? Online. All right, hit me with a good random one.
It's called. Hold on, it's like a jungle fantasy. This shit.
What kind of sexual comic is that?
Exactly.
Jungle fantasy. I'm about to Google that.
I said, yo, I'll send it to you. This shit is raw. Holy shit.
Jungle fantasy. I'm going to look
People
that
are
up.
getting their heads cut off in both ways. Holy shit. This shit is crazy. You gotta check it out. That's all I gotta say.
No, who's it by?
I was downloading Damned, the DC Comics Batman Damned and number 2 and a couple other things. Like the Joker Who Laughs. I gotta read those too. But
bro, that's some pervert shit, man. Like, I see like some squirts coming out of her panties.
Yeah, man. I was like,
what nastiness.
I was like, they're going all out in this though. Yeah, they're showing fights and then it's just rawness, man. I was like, holy. But check it out.
Jungle fantasy.
I was laughing out loud reading this.
All right.
Yeah, man. So what was the good? You went through your good and the bad, or you want to add more?
That here's a random pick. The Aquaman War for the Throne. They have a collection of that on sale. $12 American, $17 Canadian, and it gives you all the backstory you need for the Aquaman movie. So it's a big, thick book.
You like them big and thick, huh?
Yeah, man. Like my Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, absolutely.
Episode. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm the king of R&B.
But yeah, Drowned Earth. That's going on with the Justice League too. So I like the way they're tying in everything with Aquaman. They're keeping the theme nice and well. DC's doing a good job with that, at least.
They're doing okay. Like, I give them credit for Titans, and I give them credit for the other stuff they got going on. Want to give people a rundown of what we're going to talk about this episode?
Yeah, go right ahead. You want to do it, or you want me to do it?
I will do it, sir.
Go ahead.
I don't mind. Let me pull it up first. Let me pull it up and out. Ooh, pregnant. So we're going to talk about Kodak Black walking out of the Hot 97 Ebro interview. Mm-hmm. Kanye West losing his shit and sending out 1 million tweets to Drake. Takeoff. Bum rushing Cardi B on stage. Soulja Boy trying to sell a whack-ass game console. Marvel is being forced to let Tom Holland appear in these new Sony spin-off films. Spawn and Mortal Kombat 11, the Arrowverse event that happened. Titans episode 10 discussion.
Yeah.
Starman casting. Punisher season 2 is coming in January. We're going to give our quick thoughts on that. And then for the topics of the show, I'm going to give you guys my first impression of Aquaman since I saw the early Amazon screening yesterday. And we will finish this episode off with a spoiler-free review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, followed by a spoiler review of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, man, and we're sponsored by Eastwood Productions too, but we'll get into that later. So
and we're also, what else are we sponsored by today? We're sponsored by Toothpaste. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth.
So we'll start off with the Bacchanal news. Let's get into it. Kodak Black, he walked out on the Hot 97 Ebro interview. Ebro was, trying to bring up something. Clearly, Kodak Black was like, I don't want to talk about this in the interview, and he just started talking about it in the interview.
So Ebro was trying to be Charlemagne, and he didn't have the skills, and it just backfired terribly.
Yeah. Did you see the Kodak Black interviews on Hot 97 and the Breakfast Club?
I saw parts of his previous Breakfast Club interview with the ski mask, but he just irks me to the point where I don't really understand what he's saying, so I don't watch his interview.
You don't like Kodak Black at all?
Like, I'm not a fan of his music, and when he talks, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So I don't waste my energy. Black, so, yeah. Like, I don't waste my energy trying to decipher that shit. I'm just like, I don't give a fuck what's going on in his life.
The interviews were polar opposites, and Ebro wasn't really in the wrong at saying I know you have something going on, and we're not going to talk about it here, but whenever you're ready to talk about it, you can come on here, and you're welcome to talk about what's going on with you right now with the legal stuff.
It's the way he said it.
Yeah, he said the right things, but it was the whole thing. The energy just wasn't right in the interview. The delivery wasn't right.
So let me I have the clip pulled up.
Okay,
so
cool.
you want to
run that?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at all your cases and everything you've been through, and I know the recent one right now is very sensitive. With respect to everybody involved in that case, we can't get into details today. But we take sexual assault here serious, and we can't get into details. But we hope to have you back so we can have a deeper conversation about that because it's a serious topic. We're hearing these stories a lot. You seem upset that I brought it up.
Look like a creature.
I feel like sometimes when niggas like be going through shit, like y'all be entertained by certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like change the subject and walk out. I think we don't have to talk about nothing else. We can be done right here. All right,
So did he walk out right after that moment?
Yeah. So
But
the energy just wasn't there. If you watch the Breakfast Club interview, it's complete opposite. Like they're all laughing, having a good time, and they even bring up the stuff, and it doesn't, because the energy isn't low and negative. He was like able to be like, yeah, I can't talk about it. Like I could go to jail for this shit right now. Like it's more. It's much better done. And like Ebro, it seemed like he was mainly just trying to have that type of moment that Charlemagne.
He's trying to have a hot take.
Yeah, that Charlemagne is able to do so easily and organically with artists. He was trying to create that also, and it just failed miserably. And it just shows how Ebro's not. He's not Charlemagne. He's got to be Ebro. Like he's got to get back to why he came on the show to help that radio show in the morning, and instead of being in the background putting the shows together. But he's not Charlemagne. He shouldn't be trying to make those moments. Like he should
be
just
yourself, man.
Be yourself. Yeah. Because I understand what he's saying, but like the way he tried to do that was messed up. Because I'm sure dude was like, yo, I don't want to talk about this. He's like, yeah, I know you don't want to talk about this. It's like, now we're on the air and you bring it up. It's like, we just said that. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to find these Kanye West tweets real quick.
Nah, you don't got enough time in your day to read all those tweets.
Because I heard it's 100 tweets.
So we're going to get into the Kanye West sends millions of tweets at Drake and a whole bunch of other people, man. Mainly Drake, and that shit was hilarious. The audacity that, like, first off, that Kanye thinks that Checks Over Stripes is directly at him, when it could be, but when it like he thinks he's Adidas, then he really thinks that he is that company and owner of that company. You know what I mean? Like he has a brand on the company, but it doesn't mean that his ego's so out of control right now. And how's he getting vexed over Sicko Mode now? Like the song's been out for so long.
I don't know. And isn't Travis Scott kind of like his brother-in-law?
That Christmas party's gonna be awkward as fuck.
Kanye just needs a team of like people that truly care about him.
I honestly think people are ignoring Kanye and they don't want to hear his shit, so he goes on these to try to get their attention. Cause like,
you think that since he released so many projects and not all of them were well received, he's just doing whatever for attention?
No,
as the young kids would say, clout chasing?
No, I don't know about all that. I'm saying like he's trying to contact Drake and Drake's not answering his phone, so he's like,
they live right down the street. They live in the same neighborhood.
He ain't answering them. Jay-Z's not answering them, so he goes on these rants trying to get their attention. I think that's what it is.
So you think he was like,
niggas gonna hit at me.
so he was like walking his dog. He's like, I know you home, son.
Yeah,
I see the lights. I see the lights are on. I know you're
from
home.
the other side.
I'm gonna tweet you, son.
Yeah, he's like, you gonna hear these tweets though? You ain't answering your phone.
These tweets, bro. You know he hits you with a bro all the time, bro.
He texts them like a million. It's like when your girl's vexed and she texts you a million texts and you just text back K, because like Drake just replied with laughing faces in his thing. I was like, that's hilarious, man.
So where are the
tweets?
tweets?
So petty.
I want to read some of them at least.
Yeah, just Google them. I'm sure you'll find it.
They all. So Kanye calls out Ariana Grande. What the world? What?
I don't know.
Why is he beefing with the most random people, man?
I don't know. I don't think he's doing it for attention. He doesn't need the attention.
First was Taylor Swift, now Grande. Come on, boss. So this is what one of the tweets were. All of this foolishness weighs on my mental health. So at Ariana Grande, you know I got love for you, but until you're ready to really make sure you're okay, don't use me as the moment to promote a song.
What song was that? I didn't hear that tweet, so I don't know what he's talking about with that.
Well, all right. So let me read the whole thing. Kanye West called out Ariana Grande and opened up about his mental disorder during an early Saturday morning string of tweets. On Thursday, after West reignited his feud with Drake during another Twitter airing, Grande tweeted prior to the arrival of her new single, Imagine, "Guys, I know there are grown men arguing online right now, but Miley and I are dropping our beautiful new song tonight. So if y'all could please just behave for just a few hours so the girls can shine, I'll be so sick. Thank you."
Oh, okay. She tweeted that while he was wilding out. I get it. Get it. Okay.
So Wes admitted he was offended by Grande's slightly commentary. Saturday morning, I know Ariana Grande said this to be cool and didn't mean no harm, but I didn't like that at the slightest level of slight commentary from someone I know loves and respects me. Wes tweeted. All this foolishness weighs on my mental health. So I already said that one. So yeah, he's just going back and forth arguing with people.
Yeah.
No one could ever choose to end up in the mental health hospital and diagnosed with a mental disorder, but God chose me to publicly go through it. This journey, it is beautiful.
That's exactly the thing he would type to.
I cannot be on meds and make them watch the throne level of dark fantasy level music. You don't make runways on medication. Even alcohol is an addictive substance called spirits that actually block our earthly connections to our spirit.
Is this really
when
what he tweeted
to? Yeah, when we drown ourselves in it. West closes his Twitter spree by saying, "I'm loving this new music I've been working on for 6 months off the meds. I could feel me again. Remember Dark Fantasy came out? I used to tweet a storm also."
Weren't we supposed to get an album in November?
So, what's his reasoning? Like, when I tweet wild shit, you gonna get a wild album.
I don't know, man. That album still didn't, that he pushed back from September or whatever, still didn't come out yet.
It's called Yandi?
Yeah.
He went back to Africa to steal some Afro beats?
Yep.
First song's gonna be,
come out. It's almost Christmas.
It's gonna be Poopity Scoop Part 2.
Yep.
He's gonna just jump on the track. Y'all feeling it? That's the end. It's gonna just be 18 minutes of one song.
Probably.
Yandi.
That's Kim Kardashian got in there too. Like, there would be no Drake without Kanye West.
You gotta do the voice. There would be no Drake without Kanye West. You know, the little tiny ass.
I'm like, damn. I thought Kim Kardashian was gonna ruin Kanye's.
Kanye's ruining himself.
But Kanye's ruining Kim Kardashian's like integrity. It's like, what the fuck?
Gosh,
did you ever think that would happen?
Hey man, anything's possible, man.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. She's like, man, maybe I should do a porno again.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about Kim Kardashian, but yeah, these tweets were hilarious. I just woke up and saw this shit. I was like, what the hell?
So Drake was just laughing the whole time. So
yeah,
this is what Kim said. I'm gonna give it. Never threaten my husband or family.
Oh yeah.
We paved the way for there to be a Drake. My husband's the most brilliant person, the most general person I know. He's a genius. He has broken so many boundaries. Everything from music, stage, design, fashion, and culture will continue to change the world.
Like, really? Leave my husband alone, okay? God. You're interrupting my mocha and my salad.
She probably had like the E cameras following her so she can put that shit on the TV show. Like, I'm so sad right now.
But yeah, he was saying like Drake threatened him and paid. Drake bought 200 tickets to the 2 front rows of.
What's a Toronto goon? What's a Toronto goon threatening?
The show was general admission. It's anybody. Once you buy a ticket, you can go. There's no seats. It's just you go wherever you want to go. So like he was just talking pure trash about that whole Pusha T threat that he was saying.
All right, so what's the thing a Toronto goon would say? Like, watch your head top, Kanye. What,
yeah, that's a good one. That's one.
You say, watch your head top. Okay.
Yeah.
That's another one. Run another one for me. What would Drake tweet at that moment?
We don't.
Yo, Wist. Just a garbage can.
Yeah. Just send
and just at Kanye at it.
Be like, it's all love, yo. It's all love. And then things will go on, you know? We don't send no threats.
West, man. West youth.
Nah, but I don't know, man's wildin'. That's all I gotta say. Pray for Ye. Pray for Ye.
We know who else we need to pray for. Let's pray for Takeoff doing some lame ass stuff. And Cardi B's performance.
Yeah, so he pulled up on Cardi B's performance and he had some cakes and some flour or whatever it was saying, "Take me back."
They said that he like seemed out of breath. I was like, he just finished cheating. That's why he had to run back on stage after all that cheating he's been doing.
She looked at him like she wanted him to take off. Like she was like, "Nigga, you better take off."
Did you hear what he said though? He said, "I'm sorry, bruh." What?
Or Offset or whatever his name is.
Yo, why would you say that to a girl? Hey, bruh, I'm sorry, yo. My bad. Yeah. Sometimes I sneeze and fall into another woman.
Offset was on one. Man.
I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
He's just an ignorant fool with money. That's all that is.
Yeah, and he's pretty young too. Like,
they're both young. She's 25 and he's like 24, 25 as well. So
yeah, what do you think?
Just that look she gave him. She's like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, she looked cheesed. You think she'll take him back or what? I think so.
Yeah, she's Spanish. She's gonna stab him at least once, and then they'll be back together. Just one little juke.
One slice of a box cutter, and you know.
He'll be alright. And she's Trinidadian.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Oh, poor guy. She's Dominican and Trini. Poor guy.
Man. He don't know what he signed up for.
Getting stabbed. She might throw some oil on him.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
So people are saying that's a publicity stunt. I'm just saying.
They don't need no publicity, man.
If it is, it's
gonna have
bad.
a rap battle, and that went all over the internet, and it was just about wrapping Christmas gifts. People got all hyped for some rap battle they were gonna do.
I just need to.
They don't need no publicity.
Business out there all damn time. God.
Cardi's the biggest like female and artist completely in like the world right now. She don't need nothing.
That's kind of sad, yet kind of good. I'm happy for it, but then I'm just like.
You ain't never been rooting for Cardi. You're hating from the start. Get the fuck
no, I've been no. Let's have correction. I've been hating
she sounded like she had Down syndrome in the first couple of our episodes.
I said that Nicki Minaj is trash, and then I respect Cardi's hustle, but I do not like her music.
All right, you cleaned it up nicely. Ooh.
No,
jeez,
never.
Nice.
Look at me trying to, you ain't about to get me Me Too'd with some bullshit. Fuck out of here with that. Akil said, "What about Down syndrome?" Nope. Not me.
But nah, I think she'll take him back after a little bit of putting him through hell.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
She can give me some money though.
That'll be alright.
Cardi, you want to do a drop for the Bacchanal podcast for all 50 listeners? She'd be like, "Did the Bacchanal skirt? What's that sound?" She'd be like, "Okay." This is the Bacchanal podcast. All right, other foolishness. We got Soulja Boy out here trying to sell some whack ass emulator for $399.
He's trying one, man.
Want you to pump that? What's that shit he has? Make you
buy that video game consoles. Yo,
who's a dumbass?
Yeah, exactly. Go buy my console. Yeah, man. This man is trying one, man. I ain't mad at him trying, but damn.
Let me read the update. So Soulja Boy wasn't content with selling just 2 phony consoles earlier this week. After the controversy struck with the release of the Soulja Boy game console and handheld, the rapper has cranked out another console. Soulja Boy Fuse is the newest and most expensive console of the Soulja Boy Watch website. The price tag was $639.98. But it's on sale right now for $399.99.
Oh, well, when you put it that way,
fuck
out of here.
Excuse me, thank you, Soulja Boy. Now let's talk the specs. So it's equipped with a Nvidia Traga K1 CPU clocked at 2.2 gigahertz, Nvidia Kepler 192 Coupa Core GPU, 4 gigabytes of DDR RAM, and 32 gigs of onboard eMMC storage. The Fusion isn't a slouch for the casual gamers. It's an Android box. It's a pretty important one to the Chinese market. So it's a high-powered emulator. Mm-hmm. It said that you could play games from Xbox One,
PlayStation, Neo Geo, PC, Sega, GBA, NES. He about to get sued.
So basically, it's the stuff that you go to like the black market Chinese areas, like Pacific Mall in Toronto, Chinatown. allegedly, and
I don't know
allegedly,
those places. I go there for bubble tea.
I don't frequent those places. Yeah, I go there
pass
for
by there
bubble
for
tea as
bubble
well.
tea, you know?
Yeah, but yeah, it's basically one of those consoles you can get there. That,
Yeah. For
but the thing is, with systems like that,
you can get
whenever
it for $80.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to talk over.
Even though you've been doing it, but whatever. You can get $80. Like it's like a Raspberry Pi. Like what he's doing here is highly tricky, man. And if he's trying to, who's he trying to sell this to for this price? Who's the market that he's trying to hit? Like little kids, like 13-year-olds. They don't want to fuck with this shit. They want to Xbox.
You don't have
or PlayStation.
$399 to spend.
I'm saying, but the people, his market that he's trying to hit is like, he ain't fooling the grown-ups. He ain't fooling no adult. Like, what is this?
So the Soulja Boy console allegedly plays Soulja games, PlayStation. Oh, Soulja! Soulja games and PlayStation, Neo Geo, PC, Sega, Game Boy Advance games, NES games, and pretty much from the handheld can play Switch games, 3DS games, Vita, Neo Geo, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance games. So they're looking at a big lawsuit here. Sony, they're looking at Nintendo don't play because they took down all the ROM stuff.
Playing right now. Mm-hmm. Soulja Boy's about to get sued.
Sued. Watch you. Woo! He's gonna be in jail with Tekashi, boy.
Going boo-hoo. Holy shit! Just go to AliExpress if you want to get the same system for like $80 or $70. Allegedly.
Yeah, throw the allegedly in there. But people do that with Raspberry Pis. Like they buy the Raspberry Pi. But the thing is, how is Raspberry Pi able to get away with it, and they aren't?
Are they?
Are they? I don't know. I need to research that some
That's
more.
for backup use. That's like, that's like a mini computer. Raspberry Pis. It's not for emulating, so.
But you could buy a Raspberry Pi specifically for gaming.
You could make it do that specifically. Yeah.
No, but they have them configured for gaming on Amazon.
I don't
a
know
reputable.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of people probably don't know about that yet.
I'm looking at one right now on
I don't know anything about that. I'm doing the Kanye hop and dash.
Raspberry Pi. Let me type in gaming kit. All right, Raspberry Pi gaming kit. I'll put this shit on blast. All right, so you can get a Raspberry Pi gaming kit.
Yeah.
The retro arcade gaming kit with 2 classic USB gamepads. And that's the 2018 model. That runs you about $999. No, $94.99.
Yeah,
way off. Woo! And that comes with a 32 gig micro SD card, and then you have 2 USB controllers that are similar to the Super NES controller.
So does it come fully loaded with games?
That I do not know.
I don't think it comes with loaded games. I think it comes with the opportunity to be able to put on the games.
So what does it say? Includes a Samsung Evo Class 10 micro SD card, highest quality power supply, HDMI cables you can plug into your TV. Perfect for retro gaming. Includes the quick start booklet with retro gaming instructions. So it seems like they give you instructions on how to do some sketchy stuff in there.
Yeah, but they're not actually doing it. They're like, here you go, take your chances. See ya.
But okay, so that's where Soulja Boy messes up because it has the games on it. So if he sold it without the games, he'll be okay.
He might be a little safer, yeah.
I'm reading the comments.
Extremely, it's like 4 or 5 times the amount it should be. That's the big problem. Like, it's cool if you want to slap your name on a Raspberry Pi just to, like you do with a T-shirt or something. But do it for like $100 if you bought it for $72. Don't do it for $4.99 and say it was on sale for $6.99. That's where it's like, go, what the fuck, man? What are you trying to do here?
So after reading these comments on the Raspberry Pi, they do not come loaded with the games. It's up to you to load the games. So if Soulja Boy wanted to come correct, he should lower the price and not put games on it. Just give you the baseline software.
Yeah, and just put his own stuff on there. Like put his
Soulja games, the Soulja games.
Yeah, and just an operating system of his own or of some sort. You know what I mean? And make it a fair price. Make it $80. Like, you know?
Nah, man, $3.99
on sale.
Like, yo, I would sell this for $1,000, but since I like you, $599.99.
Like, what? But we see it over here without your face on it for $80.
Like, yo, I got you, man. Since I like you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take 500 off.
Yeah, man. So
now you gotta hit them with some wild shit. I usually said it for 2,000, but I'm about to take 1,500.
He's
just
already hitting him with wild shit. How was...
Take it 1,500.
It's like he's going straight to jail, man. This dude, man, he's on the line of disrespecting his fans, man. Whatever he has left.
12 of them. They're just like, come on, Soulja. We believed in you, Soulja.
Yeah, we were you in.
Oh,
what's going on
gosh.
with Marvel, man? Tom Holland.
All right, so Marvel reportedly has to let Tom Holland appear in these Sony spin-off films to keep Spider-Man in the MCU. So basically, Sony's putting their neck on Marvel, and they're like, "You like Tom Holland, huh? Well, his ass about to show up with Eddie Brock in that goofy ass movie, and you better say a good line and wink at the camera when we tell him to."
I'm not mad at that. Shit, man. I wanted him to be in the last Venom. That probably would have made the movie actually a much better watchable movie.
What if like something corny was going on in Venom, and then you see Tom Holland appear, and he looks and he's like, "Nah, I'm good," and then he leaves the film. Now that would be a good cameo. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm right."
I would at least in the last movie, I would have rather it show like Spider-Man on the TV screen at least, and then Venom's like, "Fuck this guy." That's why I left. That's why I left New York. You know, like something like that, like some kind of nod.
They didn't even mention the Daily Bugle. They're like, he worked at the Daily Globe. I was like, is that their cousin? I
thought
like,
it was like a blog. You were a famous blogger in New York. I thought it was some shit like that. I
was watching it over with my son and my wife, and she was like, "This is corny as hell." Like, it was the part where he was on the motorcycle.
Why you putting through that? Why you do that to your family? You don't like them?
I may have allegedly had a ski mask.
I know, but still, that's punishment, man. What are you doing?
What the hell is this? Like, he was on the motorcycle. He's like, "I'm a journalist." I'm Eddie Brock. Is like, Eddie Brock time.
Yeah, I was like, this is trash.
It's like cornball film, man.
Yeah, it was bad.
My son's like, fast forward to the fighting. I'm like, all right, you want to see the last 20 minutes?
You really should have. Why didn't you just do that in the first place?
I did. I fast forwarded because he was like using profanity, and my son's like, Eddie Brock uses bad words. I was like, Eddie Brock makes a lot of bad life decisions, son. So let's fast forward to the good stuff.
That's a new version of Cut Tales, eh? You make your kids watch crappy movies.
Today we're watching Venom. Tomorrow's Justice League.
Yeah, exactly.
Justice League on repeat.
Holy, people singing "Somebody Save Me."
That's my song, man.
Yeah, man, that song's lit.
That's a good segment, but we'll get to that later. Yeah. That later. We could briefly talk about this crazy ass Todd McFarlane's been talking out of his ass lately. They're saying that Spawn's gonna show up in Mortal Kombat 10, but he said that about the last Mortal Kombat game, and then the last Mortal Kombat game before that. So.
And he's been saying a whole lot about the damn movie, which I haven't even seen a trailer or nothing.
Like James Fox in it.
Didn't see no image. Didn't see nothing. So
it's like Jeremy Renner. I feel like those actors are like, are we in this movie? Like, there's this all in Tom McFarlane's head. But no, it's a real movie. But I don't know the release date. I don't
know anymore. I don't believe it anymore.
I don't believe it. It's like the Dr. Dre Defense album.
He's the Jack Cleese of the comic book fucking world, man.
Like, I'm the king of comics.
Yeah. He's like, this movie's coming out. It's gonna be epic. It's like, we ain't seen nothing in like 3 years. So
yeah, they said that there's a likelihood that he could have appeared in the game, but because he is a Warner Brothers character. And Mortal Kombat is owned by Warner Brothers, and they have used Spawn in Soul Calibur, but we haven't seen Spawn. Years ago, but we haven't seen Spawn in a Mortal Kombat game. So it would make sense if they were to put him in there, especially with the fatalities that they could do with Spawn. But again, this is Todd McFarlane, who just talks out of his ass a lot. So if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, there goes Todd.
Man, fuck this news. Fuck that news, man. Let's get into this Arrowverse, man. We the kings of R&B, man. Gotta get our singing on. Somebody sing. Yes, let's get into this Arrowverse crossover event. How about that?
All right, let's drop that trailer.
Let's do it.
Some people, they're just born lucky.
Barry, are you okay?
And that twist of fate makes them better.
Barry, did you time travel again?
No, I didn't.
Sorry, I was talking to Barry.
I am Barry.
Something is wrong with reality.
Everyone thinks we're each other.
Reshape the world as you see fit.
You did this to us. You can undo it.
Why would I want to?
A crisis is coming.
We need to
start acting like each other.
I meant to do that.
I know where to find them. Gotham City.
Who's this badass?
The rain on your parade.
Your team betrayed you. You needed them, and they weren't there.
He's rewriting reality again.
Enough! You will not do to this earth what you did to mine.
I offered you godhood. Show them what a real...
So where you want to start?
I liked it, but some parts were cheesy. But I did.
Come on, you know it's CW.
It's CW. I mean, it's kind of like getting nachos and they put the cheese on. You're like, you know what you're getting. You know you're gonna get the cheese on the nachos. So I really enjoyed Stephen Amell as the Flash. He seemed like he was having. Everybody seemed like they're having fun.
From what I saw, I didn't see the whole thing in entirety. I watched a couple of recaps and I watched the last episode here and there parts. But they look like they're having a ball, man. From what I saw.
The one scene that like had me rolling was when the Flash became Oliver Queen. He's like, "Yo, I'm Oliver Queen," and he beats the hell out of Diggle. And he's like, "This ain't too bad. I'm rich." He's like, "My wife ain't too bad looking." He's like, "It's not too bad." And then when he finally meets up with Oliver Queen as him, and he's like, and Oliver Queen's like, "Yeah, man, I woke up in bed with Iris." He said, "You what?"
Yeah,
no. Now we gotta switch.
Yeah.
Now, he's like, "That money and stuff, that was cool, but now you waking up in bed with my wife." Now, the one problem I had with this was with that first episode was Team Flash not believing them when they said that they switched bodies. After all the wild stuff that goes on in that show, for her not to believe them, like, come on, man. Like, Barry's went back in time and stopped his mom from dying, changed the whole timeline, went back, fixed that, changed the timeline again. You have a daughter from the future who's currently living in the past with you guys, but you don't believe that they switched bodies? Come on now.
I think they're just killing time to keep the show rolling.
The battles also weren't big enough for me for it to be this big crossover event. Like they fought a
jail cell
Mazo
battle from Arrow. I know it's not the Arrowverse, but that was like ending the Arrow stuff before the Arrowverse. That jail scene battle was great.
Oh yeah,
that was
last
way better than
last
anything
one,
I saw in the Arrowverse.
Yeah, well, Arrowverse has stepped up their game because
did they? I don't watch it, so you know.
Oh, you haven't watched this season? He's been in jail this season, getting his ass beat by Michael Jai White.
Yeah. He's playing a character.
Bronze Tiger.
Yeah, they're really trying to push that character more, right? He was in the cartoon
Which is
movie
good.
before. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like Bronze Tiger, but the last two Arrow episodes were the one where right before he broke out of jail, there was some epic fights with him and Michael Jai White teaming up together to take out the guards. It's one of those things where you're seeing Arrow fight people and you're seeing Michael Jai White, and it's more believable seeing Michael Jai White do those moves. But you're like, all right, I'll roll with skinny, Stephen Amell being able to do the same stuff Michael Jai White could do. But
Michael Jai White was just walking through people. He was just like boom, 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 boom.
He'll kick you in the most disrespectful way. Like he wouldn't make eye contact, but he'll kick you and just keep walking.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, but back to the Arrowverse. So it went from the Flash's show to Arrow's show to Supergirl. Okay, it was confusing for me because I don't watch these. So for me to try to find it to watch, I was like, what the hell? Why don't they just call it Arrowverse and put it on TV? But I don't know. It's a little confusing for me. But
so the show starts off with this event happening on Earth 90. And you see all these different people dead. You see Stargirl. You see Arrow's dead.
Arrow. That Arrow's from Smallville, I believe. The costume he's wearing.
Yeah, it looked like you're right. Captain Cold was dead on the ground.
He couldn't even have a Canada Goose on. He had a cheap ass jacket.
Man. He's like, it's cold this summer. Oh.
I saw things in this show because I don't watch it. I saw so much more comedy in this show in serious parts than like I'll get into it afterwards. We go on though, but yeah, keep going.
But so it's the old Flash from the 90s TV show. Yeah. This is prior to Smallville, but people are saying that Flash is from the Smallville universe, which they kind of show you with the Smallville Green Arrow being dead on the ground. Yeah, and they also tell you that Diggle, Arrow's assistant, well, he was his bodyguard, now he's like his best friend, is Green Lantern in that universe, because when he sees John, he's like, "Oh, John, you don't have your ring with you." I was like, I know you ain't talking about wedding ring. Oh, snap.
Could have been a pink ring. Could have been a pinky. You never know. John Stewart could have been slapping these bitches out there. You never know. No, I know. That was dope. I saw that part on the recap. I was like, oh, shit. Give him a ring. What are you doing?
Now, did you get to see any of the scenes with Ruby Rose as a Batwoman?
Yeah, I saw it.
How'd you feel about that? I don't think she's the greatest actress, but
She is not
she's
the
playing the
greatest
stoic character, and I'm like, is she being stoic, or is she just like not a good actress and doesn't know how to show emotion?
I think it's the latter. You're right in the middle of both. Because some parts I was like, oh man. But you know, she did her thing. It was cool.
She tried.
When she wasn't in the costume, it was all right. But when she was in the costume, it had the music hyping everything up, and she was throwing the thing, hitting the guy run up the stairs, and when she pulled the dude into the car, it looked kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Now, would you watch a show with her as
in that universe? I don't know yet. I'm on the fence still with her. I'm gonna check out the first episode because of how I liked what they did with this. She did look like the comic book character with the wig and all that type of stuff.
The whack wig, but it's a
wig.
Whack
wig, yeah. In the comics,
it's like it looked whack in the comics. Like,
yeah, when I looked at the comics, I was like, why does she have such a big thing of hair? But it's her costume, so it makes sense, right? But I'll check out the first episode. I'll definitely check out the pilot. It got my interest. It worked, and that was the point, right? So,
yep. So they let you know that Batman has been missing in that universe for 3 years.
I like that.
And that Bruce Wayne is actually cousins with Karen Kane, aka Batwoman.
I don't like that.
Well, you know they had to like bring in some type of relation for her to be so.
Speed up her storyline.
Yeah,
but they could have just kept it where she was like a soldier back in the day, and she got inspired by Batman, so she took the cowl and look and ran with it. I think they should have kept her real origin. They didn't need to give her the cousin thing. That's cheapening the story of Bruce Wayne.
Now let's talk about that Smallville theme that they dropped on the first episode, where they're transitioning from what's going on in Arrowverse to what's going on in the Supergirl's world, and they show you the same like they're playing the theme song, but they're also showing you like the opening of Smallville where it's going to the farm and it's the same farm locale.
Like the Simpsons fading.
Shit.
Like the Simpsons City fading, right? That same type of
thing. It got me excited. I was like, oh shit, Tom Welling about to show up? No, I see dusty ass Taylor Hickman. Sickly Superman.
Skinny neck.
But he's charismatic. I give him he's charismatic.
Yeah.
Charismatic. He's like, yo, what I lack in muscles, I will hit you with charisma.
Yeah.
And
he's good.
Does it. He has more emotions than Henry Cavill. I said it. Come at me.
Come at him. But no, he's good. He's a good Superman. Skinny neck Superman's not bad.
Skinny neck Superman. He got the little V-neck costume, the 52.
Yeah, the costume looks pretty dope too.
So I was like, I see you. There's a lot of out of character moments. Like there's somebody that was about to get burned, and Martian Manhunter, whose biggest fear is fire, is like, let me shield you from fire. I'm like, come on, boss. Like,
let's talk about the Monitor. That guy. What do you think of him?
It looked like he just got out of jail and he's been holding on to like the 4 braids that he has.
That's the worst hairstyle I've ever seen.
He's like that OG that won't give up on the night. He's like,
just let it go. It's like Coolio and shit, man. That was like
he had them damn Stevie Wonder braids. I was like, Stevie Wonder.
All I heard when he was talking, all I could hear was the Coolio, the beat. The Gangsta's Paradise.
You saw Coolio, I saw Stevie Wonder. And Stevie Wonder has the luxury of being blind, so he don't know how messed up his braids are. This man has all his sight. He's seen all different universes.
He's seen his sight and the galaxies and the universe.
But he ain't seen that fucked up haircut. He's like, no, this is style, man. This is next level, all right?
And the chin strap ain't making it either. I was like, dog, come on.
But his character was played by LaMonica Garrett, and I thought he was cool.
I think he did a great job for what the guy is. He comes off as a villain, but he's not really not really a villain. He's trying to prep them for what's coming in the future.
Crisis Core.
Correct. So he's not really,
Infinite Crisis. Yeah.
He's not really trying to like kill people and destroy people. He's seeing that he's trying out different things to see which world can actually be prepared for what's really coming. Because they're going to die anyways, you know? So it's a dope concept. I like that with the Monitor. That is actually pretty cool. So
it reminded me of that Battle World storyline. Was that with Marvel? Where they had to go to like Battle World and like fight, and then like a couple characters died. Oh, that was X-Men? Okay.
Is it X-Men? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. I think you're talking about X-Men in space with the where they had that cartoony world on TV. Where it was like a TV gladiator style thing. Is that what you're talking about?
I believe so. I'm having a senior moment. Okay. Battle World.
But no, I know it's a low budget show and all that stuff, so it's not the 3D's not the best. So I'm understanding while watching this, but I like this concept of what they had for this. This was cool, and it's a cool way to make you want to watch the other shows like Supergirl. I've never watched that before.
Supergirl's good, but then they have like moments where they're like really, really heavy on the social justice. It's to the point where it's like written bad. Like, we got to do this for girl power. Mm-hmm. Like, what? Could you just do it? And I understand that you're doing it to better women without you saying, "Hey, we're doing this to better women." Like, I'm surprised they don't have a Black Lives Matter episode of Supergirl, like where she's like, "Stop it, guys! Don't hit Jimmy Olsen. He's black and he matters to me too."
My thing is like Black Lightning couldn't get the invite for this thing, man. For this damn crisis.
They don't want no parts of this as of now, but I feel like with the next, I don't know. Ask what's his name, Salim Akil or whatever his name is, a sexual predator. Go ask him to stop feeling up on his interns and become part of this universe. But yeah, as of now, they're just separate.
Because they're doing things that I wish I was seeing in the Justice League on the big screen. Like, they're like, what are they doing? DC, like, come on. Y'all are bringing Psycho Pirate into this now? This is going to be some real fucking shit. Y'all are really pulling all the cards DC has. It's like,
now, did you see that they threw a nod to Superman 1? Remember Superman 1 where he flies back in time to stop something from happening?
Oh, yeah, when Lois gets
shot. So they do that in this, and it's Supergirl, and it's the Flash, and they're running, and their body's, like, disintegrating when they're doing that. And that, like, the death of Supergirl and the death of Flash, to me, is like a nod towards Infinite Crisis, which is coming next fall. So, I don't know much about Psycho Pirate. I just know that he could manipulate your emotions.
Yeah, exactly. I remember him from...
Shit, he sounds like any woman I know. Manipulate my emotions?
Yeah.
Sounds like some ex-girlfriends right there.
And he's doing it with a mask on. Holy. How'd they let him stay in jail with the mask on? You'd think they ripped that shit off.
Yeah, because you saw
that's his
like...
powers. That's part of his powers. Like, that mask.
They showed you when they were in Arkham Asylum, you saw like... they showed you Bane's mask. All these little tidbits. You saw Mr. Freeze's freeze ray and... all these different things. And
like,
I'm
just
like,
the
okay.
weapons ready and charged up for them to just go grab it when they're ready to.
Yeah, they're like, oh, fuck? There's a malfunction and my gun's ready and cocked and loaded.
Yeah, it's like,
dumbasses in Gotham, man.
Yeah. What are y'all doing?
Now, did you notice that Gotham was clean? People are like complaining like, Gotham ain't grimy enough, but like, this is Vancouver. They filmed it in. Like, you're not gonna get like it's clean. People just say, oh, sorry, eh? You're not gonna get dark and grimy.
That's true.
You're filming
I didn't even notice it was clean like that. That's a good observation.
Yeah, a lot of people are complaining about it not being dirty and not being grimy and just ugh. Now, how'd you feel about Amazo? He's the android that can steal powers.
That was cool. It felt kind of like they just brought him in for the fight, though. You know what I mean? So it was cool. I like that he came in there. It was kind of interesting, but the 3D could have been. The 3D was all right. I feel like they were kind of prepping people for the anti-monitor in the future with that type of thing, so we'll see.
Yeah, it was weird seeing I follow Supergirl, so it was weird seeing her sister Alex. She had like the side braid. I was like, was she a Mormon now? I was like, what's going on with this weird?
I didn't even know who those people were. I saw the girl with white hair, and I was like, oh shit, Frost is in this. She's good.
Yeah, Killer Frost. But Killer Frost plays like a big role on the Flash, but on this crossover event, she didn't do much of anything. Like Barry's daughter, she's been a pivotal like part of this whole season, and she wasn't in this event at all. Like she went to sleep or something and didn't get involved with any of this madness going on. It would have made sense to have two speedsters there, but which they kind of did. Jay Garrett, aka the Flash from the 90s, he showed up just to do some exposition, like, yo, some stuff happened on my Earth, everybody died, y'all need to handle this. I could help, but I won't. Peace. And then he just runs off. Like, that's literally what happened.
So at the moment with the book, when Superman, the real Superman, had the book, and the bad dude, I can't remember his name, who thought he was doing the right thing, was the bad Superman. With the
Mullet costume. Man, I call him. I don't know his name.
When he had Flash in the headlock, Flash and Arrow didn't have no powers at that moment? I swear they got their powers back.
Was that the part where they had their powers, or were they still like looking at the twins?
Looking like extras in friggin' Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, so no, they didn't have their powers there.
No, they did. They had their powers because Arrow
they
had
their
arrow.
Did they have back their regular costumes?
Yeah, Arrow had the arrow with the kryptonite in the on the arrow pointed at the bad Superman, and Flash was like, "Don't do it. This is the test. This is the moment."
The Flash could have phased through him and went about his business.
What I was about to say. Like,
so this is like
I was building this up to. I was like, Flash had his powers there. Why didn't he just phase out, or why didn't he just move out the way and like do some Flash shit?
This ain't Man of Steel where you get in a headlock and he's like, "No, I gotta snap your neck now, or you'll kill." No,
wait a minute. No, I don't watch this show all the time, but that don't seem right. You know what I mean?
They did the reverse Man of Steel.
That was I don't know what to say about that scene, but that didn't make no sense.
That didn't have the call.
And then the bad Superman was fast enough to be able to go past Supergirl and Superman and grab the book out of his hand and fly off. I was like, nah, boss, this is some.
Maybe when he wrote that he's the bad Superman, he's like, yo, and I'm faster than the real Superman. He wrote some extra chapters, and Kryptonite don't bother me because I'm a boss.
I was like, yo, what is this?
You know how many extra chapters I could have wrote if I was like making my own superhero? I will never have erectile dysfunction. I will never age. I am fast. My shit does not stink. I am beautiful. The streets love me. He had the ability to write the perfect superhero. He chose Superman, and you ain't gonna fix the kryptonite problem?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Come on, boss. Come on, man.
I was like,
all you had to do was add an extra chapter. Oh, kryptonite don't bother me. Nothing bothers me. I am great.
But from a writing point, like all these episodes built up to that point, you would think they would have had a better situation rollout for that moment.
I thought that Batwoman would have got involved with that moment, but she's just like, yo, I'm watching Gotham.
Yeah, it was daytime out. She couldn't come outside then.
She'd be acting like a vampire. Like, oh, the sun. Batman's always been like that. Just, oh, the sun. Stay away from it. But overall, it was enjoyable. It was free.
Yeah.
6.5.
It was cool. I didn't watch it all thoroughly. I just watched little recaps in one episode, so I enjoyed it in the little time I spent with it. It had fun parts. Like I was thinking, like when the helicopter was in the air and the Supermans were fighting, that looked cool. But it should have showed like the helicopter pilots just chilling out eating like donuts and coffee, and then like, you know, like what the fuck, you know, just show them getting thrown around inside of the helicopter. Like, just for a little comedic relief. You know, why not? Because that helicopter got dashed around. You remember that part in the fight?
Yeah, the other thing that I had problems with was Lois Lane was just kind of, she was just there.
Yeah, and then he proposed to her at the end or something like that.
Yeah, and then he's like, you're doing such a good job, I'm retiring. And she's like, what? She's like, I just started. Yeah. Like, he's a lazy-ass Superman. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, he's just like, can't do both. I can't be family man and Superman. Like, you've been doing that all the time. Yeah, no, but for this show, you're good.
AKA CW is not cutting the check on another Superman show anytime soon, so we chilling. We parked over here right now. All right, baby.
Yeah, we parked.
We are parked.
Yeah, we at Smallville. You can holler at your boy. You know, I'm going to just be reporting and being a dad.
They got to get the original actors, a couple of them from Smallville, for the next Arrowverse crisis, whatever they
like. I got hyped because there's pictures of Tom Welling and the actor that played Lex. They're hanging out with Stephen Amell.
He still looks the same.
And then there's some bullshit. He's like, "Yeah, we made custom wines together called Pure and Evil," and they're like, and then
Arrow,
charity.
Arrow, the dude who plays Arrow.
Yeah, he makes wine. He made wine for those two guys. He hung out with them, and they made it seem like, oh, they're gonna do like a little guest spot on the show. No,
shut up, man.
Hanging out with your boy Stephen Amell and drinking. That's about it. They're like, yo, Tom, you want to wear the tights? He's like, fuck no.
I'm telling you, the next crisis, they need more bad guys like Lex Luthor to be in there. They got to bring the baldhead man in there and bring it in.
But they casted Lex, but you know he's not there yet.
They got a Lex already, a new guy. I mean, like the original Smallville dude. Bring him.
No, they casted the new Lex. We talked about on the podcast. It's the guy from 2.5 Men.
Oh man,
he'll be alright. People were like that when it was the guy from Malcolm in the Middle playing Heisenberg. They're like, he does comedy, blah blah blah. He's not a good actor.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jared Leto's Joker? No, he did Brokeback Mountain.
I just want to see the original. Like, if they're gonna bring the friggin' Smallville song, like, bring a little bit of the cast. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like what you're saying.
The actress that played Chloe, she's on trial right now for like raping and like having a sex cult. So that's a no.
She's busy.
The black guy, I think he had like a drug problem. And he was doing porn and all this other wild shit. So that's a no. The guy who played Green Arrow is on This Is Us. So he's getting them. You get NBC checks, so that's a no.
But they could no, man. Get Lex Luthor, man. Just get him to pull up. That's it.
They
Just
were
one,
there.
two
Just I was
scenes.
like, yo, just have them show up. Like you were hanging out with them, drinking wine. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not
you want to,
asking you
you
to bring
know,
the whole thing.
wink
You're
at
gonna
the
bring the damn
camera
song?
sometime.
Damn. Oh well.
Somebody save me. Drop the tune, Casey. Love that damn song.
Yeah, it's playing right now. They faked us out, man. Shit.
Save me. I was like, save me, damn it.
So overall, you liked it?
From some of this mediocrity going on in this episode.
Overall, you would recommend people watch it? You enjoyed it thoroughly? How you feel?
Yeah, there's parts that I was just like, this is dumb, but there's some fun moments and it's free. Go on the CW app, watch it for free. You know, you get some chuckles. It was cool seeing some of the good characters bad, like Cisco. Cisco's like my spirit animal, and seeing evil Cisco was funny. So that was enjoyable. Evil Superman was good.
Yeah, that was cool to see the Superman fight. That was dope.
With the black suit, because we didn't get that in the movie, so you know it's cool to get the black costume on the TV show.
At least CW's going for it. Like they're actually trying to give people
Thank you
from DC, because they have so much things that they could be giving us, but instead they keep, I don't know, they keep it on lock.
DC might be on the right foot. I'm gonna give y'all my first impressions of Aquaman later today, so they might be headed in the right direction.
Let's get into this Titans episode 10.
Before we do that, let's do a quick little thing. Joel McHale has been casted as Starman in the DC universe, and he's going to be joining the same universe as Titans. Now, I do not know anything about Starman.
Yeah, me neither. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I'm here like, let me get my Googles out real quick.
Sylvester Pemberton?
Starman. Well,
as the Golden Age Starman.
So I guess
and he's also
that's,
known
that's
as
how Queen's gonna go to space. Maybe that's what they're gonna do next season.
No, Starman's kind of like, this outfit's kind of like Captain America's, and because there's like Star Woman, there's a Star Spangled Kid, and there's Stripe, and there's Star Girl. Star Girl's actually dead on the ground during that DC event where they showed all the bodies Star Girl's on the ground, because I believe she appeared before on Smallville. So I don't know. I'm not big on Starman. I don't really know. People are calling it Star Titans.
I don't know.
Or Star Trans. I don't know what that means, but okay.
I'm just pulling up these names real quick.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Starman.
I don't know shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this guy.
I know Joe McHale's a comedian, and he's funny. I watched him on The Soup and on Community.
Yeah.
So cool. I hope he can bring that sarcasm to Starman. And maybe he might do something kind of like Star-Lord, like make that character hip for the kids.
Yeah, who knows? But
I don't know. I don't know shit about Starman. They're really,
the girl's name in Titans is Starfire, right?
Yes, that's no.
Looking up her name. I think she's gonna be the introductory person for his character then.
No, Stargirl is. Starfire don't have shit to do with Starman. Starfire's an alien. Starman's a regular ass dude.
Oh, he's not from space or anything like that?
No, he's just a regular white man with.
This sounds like a reach, man. Like, who the fuck is this?
You're like, nah, man, he's cosmic. Nah, it's just a white dude.
No, I'm trying to figure it out right now. I don't know who he is.
Let's pull up his stats, man. I do not know shit.
Because I'm like, how are they gonna
pull...
bring him into the show in an interesting way for me to give a fuck? You know what I mean?
You're like, yo, it's your boy Starman. You're like, who? He's like me, Starman.
What?
Come on, man. He's like, you don't know Starman? It's your boy.
DC has these kind of characters, yo. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's one of those like D-list characters.
David Bowie got a track. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who this man is, yo. No.
Starman, Detective Comics issue 286.
Starman DC. Let me see what that finds.
See what else I can find on Starman.
Yo, man, they're pulling the characters out of any way they can find.
They're pulling all types of characters. Like, we got Nibbly Bibbly Man.
Yeah, it's like, who?
Like, you know, he plays with a Rubik's Cube for hours. That's his power.
Starman is named used for several different DC comic book superheroes. Most potently named Ted Knight and his sons David and Jack, created by writer Gardner Fox and artist Jack Burnley. The original Starman, Ted Knight, first appeared in Adventure Comics number 61. They could be telling me bare lies right there, and I don't know what. In 1941. All right. Costume looks kind of dope.
Powers and equipment. Jack Knight has no superpowers, although he can be.
It's waste. Jack Powers are a waste, man.
You told like what charity that he possesses the same sight as she. Who's Charity? Only to a lesser degree, and has never truly explored it. Instead, he wields a cosmic staff, a device invented by Jack's father, Ted. So yeah, it's just a white man with a staff.
White man with a stick.
Ready to fight crime.
Coming soon.
About to stick it to you, Starman. Maybe he's gonna be like self-aware and like
I'm seeing
talk shit about himself.
Version of his
Yo, he
character.
looks so whimsical.
Lazy, man. Lazy
he's just
looking
like
character.
he's just floating with this. It looks like a cane, like he has a like walking in pyramid and
with
he has a
Dr. Octopus glasses and a leather coat. This is the laziest costume I've ever seen. His old costume looked way better. It's like
Waste Man.
It's like a black suit costume with red gloves and a big white star on it. Blue hair. I don't know. That costume looked better to me. He had like 8 different costumes. It looks like, what the hell? They really like this. They're trying to push the Starman thing. Got a mohawk in one. I don't know, man.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm straight on this guy, man. I'm good.
Straight like straight.
Yeah, man. I'm alright on that. I do not need a Starman in my life.
Real quick, Punisher season 2 is coming.
His theme song's gonna be "I'm a motherfucking star boy." He's gonna be like rocking through the street. I can see Joel McHale doing that.
He's been dancing with
a regular
staff.
guy going to Starbucks.
What's that fraternity that dance with staffs all the time? Was it the Kappas? He gonna be doing those Kappa dances with staffs.
Canada, man. I don't know that shit.
Y'all don't have no black fraternities in Canada?
Nah.
Racist.
Nah, we don't. We all together here, man.
Nah.
But nah, man. Starman's gonna get his superpowers from Starbucks when he gets his latte.
He's like, shit, this shit lit. Where my staff at, son?
And he plays Starboy on his Bluetooth. From
he'd be like, do you have any like abilities, kung fu, detective skills?
Nah.
Nah.
I'm a motherfucking
dance.
Starboy.
I feel the music. Do you? Do you? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Bro. They're trying too hard now. Come on. Get the dope characters good first before you start throwing out anything at the wall for real. And what happened to that Hawk movie they were trying to do? Remember that? Hawks or whatever?
What Hawk movie? Hawk and Dope?
The pilots? The pilot movie? You don't remember that? The Hawk, whatever DC thing they were trying to push on us before?
Hell no. Hawk? You mean like Hawkman and Hawkwoman?
It was some old school Hawk movie they were trying to redo.
Nah, bro, I don't remember that one.
Oh man! All right, let's talk about
Hawk movie.
DC. Let's talk about Titans, man. I
was gonna say real quick that the Punisher season 2 is coming out next month, and that's kind of bittersweet because we're excited to see it, but we know that it's gonna be canceled right after it comes out.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be canceled for real, eh?
Yeah, I'm saying all that shit's gonna be. It's gonna be like, y'all like it? It was good, right? Yeah, it's gone though. It's also
yeah, it sucks that it's gonna be like, yeah, we'll see what happens next season. We'll get him. Don't worry, guys. And then we know there's not gonna be next season. Yeah, it is kind of messed up.
Bittersweet, man. I'm happy and sad.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry while I watch it. I'm like, no, Frank deserves justice.
Yeah, they got the perfect casting too.
Let Frank get his justice, man.
Who knows? What if it's super successful and Netflix actually got one?
Hell no.
You might keep it. The numbers are showing it that first day.
It was super successful. Gone.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, man.
I don't know what they're doing either. They know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing.
No, they spent $100 million on Friends so they can keep streaming it for another year.
Bullshit. Ain't nobody watching Friends.
Let me not start. Let's get to this Titans reveal. Let's drop the trailer before I get mad. Here's my blood pressure.
It's Black Hawk. DC movie. Steven Spielberg directing. Remember?
Black Hawk? Is that the guy with the AIDS?
We talked about it in our news.
Black Hawk, isn't it? No.
Steven Spielberg is directing a movie called Black Hawk. We talked about this like 6 months ago or more. 8 months ago.
Black Hawk comic.
It's a movie, and it's based off a DC comic that came out like in 1941, like fucking Starman.
Yo, he's a dude with like a hawk on his chest, and he just like fights Nazis or something like that.
I don't know, but some bullshit like Starman that we don't want, and it's never came out yet. It's been talked
Black
about
Hawk.
for so long.
It sounds like Black
trash.
Hawk.
Some trash like Starman.
That sounds like a porn parody. I'm gonna pass on that. Black Hawk.
Hey, Steven Spielberg directing the shit, man. They've been talking
Comic
about it for
book
like a
says
year
call
or two
for
now.
action. Invaders
Some
from the
military
moon.
shit.
Yeah, I'm good. Good with Black Hawk.
Let's get into this Titans though. I'm gonna drop this trailer right here.
Corey! You're her. You're getting your memories back.
Nothing makes sense. I can't make order to anything. The answer is in here.
Bad things happen to people around me.
There's something wrong with this place.
The darkness inside me. The thing that wants to hurt people. Except for my father.
That's your Titans music?
Yeah, man.
How'd you feel about this episode? I got really bored.
You got bored?
It didn't. No, I was just like, Lord Trigon's coming.
But he came.
Yeah, I was just like, okay.
And he chilled. He's like, nah, bro,
Real
chill.
chill.
He's like, you ready to kill the world? He's like, nah.
He's like,
chilling.
yeah, we could. It's like, I'm hungry though. Like, can we get some food or
Can we
something?
get a Denny's? They still got Denny's?
It's been a while since I've been here.
Yeah.
So, Corey got her memories like we expected, and as soon as she got those memories, she's ready to fight Raven. Then she quickly gets choked out by Wonder Girl.
Yeah, there wasn't a fair. I was hoping it was going to be more of a bigger fight, but it was a nice little surprise beginning for the show.
Nice little quick choke out, less, some sexual tension with that thing around her neck. I was like, okay, y'all getting frisky over here.
Why'd they have to do the flashback to the thing in her throat? And they even made the sound effect of I was like, damn, yo.
Some nerds watching
They
us
gotta
like,
do it like that.
I reached.
Why they gotta do it like that, man?
Oh,
Yo,
they
Garth
got
Logan,
some
man.
on-stick laptop here. So we learned about Raven's mother, that she out here just scheming the whole damn, which I kind of expected.
Yeah, I like the way they stretched it out at least, because it made it more like, is she good? Is she bad? Then I saw the mirror. I was like, okay, maybe something's with the mirror, and maybe she doesn't know that's what's going on. You know what I mean? At least they stretched it out in a smart way.
Now, what was going on with Beast Boy? Like, he was feeling sick. Like, he was still, like, getting memories of eating that person at one time. He's vegan. So he's like, I had the taste of meat in my mouth.
Yo, Beast Boy's been having the worst time since he left that house. He's been having a hard couple of days. Aren't you feeling bad for Beast Boy? He murdered a man. He's dealing with that. He's getting disrespected at the kitchen table.
The man up and stop being a tiger all the damn time.
Everybody's trying to beat this guy down, man. But everybody's disrespecting Beast Boy, man. He goes outside to get some air. He sees some guy dead looking at him. I was like, shit, man, Beast Boy can't get a break.
Tripping, man.
That's
like vegans' like worst nightmare. Like, they eat meat one time and like the animal they ate like shows up at their house like, why'd you eat meat? Get your protein from beans and plant-based tofu. Soy.
Beast Boy was going through it, man. He was having one shitty ass day and it got even worse. Having freaking blood coming out his eye sockets, his nose, his mouth, air holes.
It's just creepy to me because the actor's 23 and the actress that plays Raven is 13.
That's
and
creepy.
they're like pushing this romance, and you're just like, I know he's supposed to be young in the show, but like in real life, it's pedophilia.
Yeah, that's mad creepy, man. I didn't even realize that.
I was like, y'all could have did like somebody closer, like somebody 15.
Yeah, maybe
y'all got a whole grown man.
Is he?
Like
I thought he was like 16, 15 in the show.
No, homeboy's 23 years old.
In the show?
In the show he's like 15, but
that's
in real
what I
life,
thought. Yeah.
But in real life, like, but still, as a grown man, you doing these scenes like, I'm gonna make out with a 13-year-old.
He didn't make out with
job. It's work. Yeah.
When? I didn't see that.
Yes, they haven't yet. I'm just saying they pushing that romance. They keep pushing that romance, and it seems like they're gonna have to wait 5 more years before they can seal the deal with that romance.
I hope they're just good friends or some shit, man.
They're a strong relationship. They're really good friends.
Yeah, they could just be real cool, man. That's messed up. I
Yeah,
didn't know he's 23.
that's what people say at Thanksgiving, where that one aunt brings her friend every year. Really good friends that sleep in the same bed.
Man. He's a good actor. When he was like looking out the door and he looked like he was like losing his mind. That was showing his
the acting and the dialogue was good. It's just like just didn't care. I was just like, all right, let's get to the. First of all, I thought we had 12 episodes. There's only 11.
Oh, it's only 11. Oh shit.
Yeah, so the next one's the finale.
Oh, they're ending it like that, huh? But No, I like my favorite part of this episode was probably when Wonder Girl, I think her name is,
Wonder
right?
Girl.
And Robin figured out that the mom was bad. And they're like, fuck.
Robin said that with some anger. He said,
fuck. Yeah, because they just drove away. And I was like, yo, they had to fit an F word in here somewhere. And they fit it in perfectly because, they could swear and shit.
It was a perfect time. Now, one dialogue was corny to me is when the Raven's mom said, it's time to eat the earth or time to eat the world. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, he was like to the husband, are you ready to eat the earth? And he's like, nah, man, I'm trying to hit a Denny's or McDonald's or something.
I'm trying to eat some Denny's and maybe some ass.
You didn't make me a meal, man's been locked up for years. He even ironed my favorite shirt, nothing.
He's like, no, you trying to
put
me
in celebration? Where's my shit, man? What the fuck?
Now,
you gotta take a nap first.
I will say I was more hyped with the promo for next week than I was for this actual episode.
This episode was cool. I was hoping this was going to be a lot better in a sense, like the fight between Wonder Girl and Star, whatever her name is, would have been a lot better. Like it was just a 1-2 quick thing. Like she didn't even see her coming. It was just a quick fight. I thought it was going to be an actual like brawl. You know what I mean?
Did you see episode 11's promo with Batman?
Yeah, I saw it.
Now, so my theory is
a skinny neck Batman. Yeah, I saw
it. Well, you and these skinny neck.
They just don't look as decent as like the real, the dude who played it in Justice League, Ben Affleck. At least
Ben Affleck in Ham Hawks though.
He at least he had a bulkier look like an older Batman does, But
so with that promo, we see Jason Todd in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
There's some talks about Joker. And that Jim Gordon is dead and that Batman's murdering people. I'm speculating that this is all in their head due to Trigon messing with them. He's bringing to life all their worst nightmares. And Robin's worst nightmare is Batman just going batshit crazy, like the pun I did right there, and him having to step in and take Batman down.
Yeah.
I don't think any of this is real.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Especially since Robin was the one who ran in the house and all of them were blocked out. It's probably all in Robin's head and he just got to defeat that. Use his discipline and knock himself out of this.
What's the importance of Jason Todd? Because remember with the Hawk and Dove episode, Raven was saying, "Get Jason Todd," and they're like, "Who the hell is Jason Todd?" You think that's going to come into fruition at the last episode, or?
Shit, I was going to ask you that because that had me confused. I was like, "Where the hell's Jason Todd?" I swear she said, "Get Jason Todd."
Yeah, she said, "Get Jason Todd."
Like, okay, is Jason Todd and Nightwing gonna battle to the death until something breaks them up? You know what I mean? Like that didn't happen.
Nope.
So, yeah, I guess he's the only one who's able to get through to Robin because they can't afford to get Batman in the show for real. So we're gonna see shadows of Batman in the next episode.
We're gonna see his ass, the back of his cowl, the cape flowing in the wind.
The whip. We're gonna see the whip.
We're gonna see the car. You don't think we're gonna get like a frontal shot of like Batman or hear a voice at least?
You'll probably hear a voice. Yeah, that's about it. What do you think it is? What do you think is gonna happen with Jason Todd?
I don't know. He's gonna get. It looks like he's paralyzed, and I think that's a dream. Maybe if they go that route where he's paralyzed, and maybe he goes in the Lazarus pit to get his legs
like,
again.
Beat my ass, man! I tried to stop him.
But if that's the case, wouldn't Barbara Gordon do that when she gets shot in the spine? Wouldn't she just jump in the lap? So I don't think they're gonna go that route because that seems kind of
head, man. It's all in Nightwing.
Yeah. So I'm going with the theory where it's all in his head, and maybe they might end this season with Jason Todd getting killed.
If it is, if all this is in his head and it's not real, that's pretty disappointing as a season finale.
It was all a dream.
Exactly. That's disappointing as fuck.
But we'll see, and maybe we'll see the Starfire costume and everything.
At least she changed her clothes this episode.
They some nasty ass people in that show.
She
Nobody
bait her ass, but she changed her clothes at least. I was happy to see that.
Maybe aliens don't have a smell. She doesn't like perspirate or anything like that.
She definitely has a pum pum, you know what I mean? Because been
Dick. Hey, he lived up to his name. Like, don't call me Dick for no reason.
Exactly. So, hey man,
you hang out with Dick, you get dicked. All right. So
overall, what'd you think of this episode?
It's a low 6 for me. It's just table setting. It's like we got something really cool happening.
This whole season's
next episode.
This whole season felt like interesting table setting. Like it's like cool, but then it's like when are you gonna get to it? You know what I mean?
So yeah, I know some people love this episode. I thought it was alright.
It was entertaining.
I was more excited with what's happening next than what was currently going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my problem with the episode. It's not a terrible episode.
I think they messed it up by putting the promo for the season finale before this episode came out.
Yeah, because you're watching it, you're just like, oh, I can't wait to see this next week.
Yeah, that should have been coming out like Sunday night, or right after the episode, at least Saturday.
Because the promo made this episode feel like a chore for me.
Yeah, but if you didn't see that Batman promo, you would have been like, "Oh shit, okay."
I've been like, it's okay. So like, yeah, mess me up, man. Y'all can't be doing that, man. That's with my emotions.
Yeah,
out here acting like psycho pirate, manipulating my emotions here.
Yeah, but I enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed this episode a lot. It was good.
I thought it was cool, but coming off of the previous episode, it wasn't as strong as the Hank and
origin story.
Hank and Minka Kelly. I had to watch that scene again because I wanted, I had to make sure I understood what was going on in that nude scene. I was like, I wanted to know her full emotions.
Make sure all the curves are in the right place.
You have to watch it, freeze frame it, so I could fully understand, the character development that was going on in that scene. Right? You feel me?
I feel you.
Right.
It was cool. The episode was cool. I didn't have no problem with it. I didn't think it was amazing. I don't need to rewatch it again. I thought it was cool. Yeah.
That Hank and Dawn episode though.
That one though. That's different.
Woo! Woo! So much character development.
So overall, how do you think you're gonna feel about this series, the first season?
I think it's alright, man. I think it's better than
You put it up with the CW
Legends
shows,
of Tomorrow.
Or? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You put it up there with CW, or you put it under CW's quality?
I think it's above the CW show. Granted, CW started strong with like the first 2 seasons of Arrow and Flash, and then they fell off. So where the CW currently is with their series, I'm going to say this is better than the current state of the CW shows. So that's my personal opinion. What do you think? Because you started off watching CW, you fell off, you started watching this. So how do you feel about this show compared to what you remember from the CW series when you used to watch the Arrowverse shows?
Yeah, like this ain't messing with Arrow season 1, that's for sure.
Yeah, Arrow season 1
is like a whole nother level. But this
is murdering people.
Yeah. This is cool though. This is cool. This didn't have nothing like happen where it's like holy shit, like somebody's gonna really like nothing really happened yet. You know what I mean? Like that was
table setting. You're just like I can't wait for when stuff happens. So
yeah, like hopefully everybody comes together and we get a real Titans episode. But it feels like they're still all over the place. They don't even know who they are yet, and it's like the season's over. So that's the disappointing. But it's entertaining though. So it's a cool watch. I am definitely enjoying it more than the things that I see from CW these days. Quality.
Yeah, hit and miss with CW, man.
Yeah, quality wise, like the cameras they're using, the stylistics that they use for the coloring and stuff like that. Even the 3D in this, it looks a bit better to me. So I do enjoy this. I tune into this like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch Titans. You know what I mean? Like, and I was dogging this shit before it came out. Like it looked like trash. You know what I mean? But I'm actually enjoying this show.
I was dogging it too, and I'm gonna take back some of those harsh words I said previously. And
yeah, the wig still gotta go though. She gotta just rock her natural hair. Man.
Yeah, just rock her. Even if she had the afro, I'm just like, I'm better than that Raggedy Ann.
Her hair's fine. Her hair is perfectly fine. Like her real hair. Just dye it red. Do you know what I mean? If you want to do that.
I saw some bad wigs, man, watching Aquaman.
Let's get into that.
Mira had the bad wig, man. All right, so let's drop a quick little trailer.
My father was a lighthouse keeper. My mother was a queen. But life is a way of bringing people together.
We could unite our worlds one day.
Check it out. Arthur is talking to the fish.
So you watched Aquaman, man. You got the exclusive invite, to go see this in the theaters, big screen. So tell me how you felt about it.
So I got to do the early screening of Aquaman through the Amazon Prime special that they had.
Nice.
And it was good, but like they just made us watch it in standard definition. And for this movie to be such a visually stunning film, they could have gave us IMAX.
They want y'all to go pay for that, though.
Gosh, they could have gave us IMAX because I was watching this like, this is good, but I wish I was watching it in IMAX. The whole time I kept thinking that, like, I wish I was watching this in IMAX, like, because the use of color. James Wan is masterful with the camera because he does some great camera work with just like fight scenes. It's not that slowing down bullshit that you see with Zack Snyder, where he's like, slow it down to make it look cool, speed it back up again, slow it down. No, he's doing camera trickery where the camera's like panning around the person as it's fighting, and then it's going above and underneath, and you're just like, wow, I'm seeing all these crazy angles for instance, like Aquaman's mom fighting that you see in the commercial, like the whole fight scene for that, the full length scene is amazing.
Nice.
They show you just a snippet of that in the trailer.
Now, how did you like the colors that they used? The things like that.
The colors are very like neon and vibrant.
It's
I
not
can see
like,
somebody
dark DC.
No, it's not
movies,
dark. It's
right?
not
They
that.
evolved from
It's not that dark, dingy ass Detroit water that First of all,
yeah.
After watching this movie, Justice League makes no sense.
I was gonna ask that next. Yeah.
Because the water bubbles that they're using to talk, they don't do that at all in Aquaman. You just talk. So that scene, a lot of scenes in Justice League, I go back, I'm like, it makes no sense.
Now, how was the pacing in the movie?
Pacing's good. The only issue I had was there's an area in the movie where they go on land for a brief moment, and there's some dialogue that happens there that's kind of corny. Yeah. And it's kind of a fish out of water situation.
Was that in the trailer? One of the
trailers? It's in the trailer where they're on land.
Now, if I've seen all the trailers already in this movie, would I feel like I've already seen the movie?
No.
Okay, good.
They haven't shown you, because you gotta remember there's 7 kingdoms. So the fisher people, the fish people, the fishermen people, you haven't seen those. You haven't seen the people from the trench, which are from the dark, deep pits of the ocean where they're blind and they're kind of like zombies. They just eat everything in sight. You haven't seen those people. Yeah. So only in the trailer, you're only seeing about 2 or 3 kingdoms. You're seeing Aquaman's kingdom. You're seeing Mira's kingdom with her dad, played by Dolph Lundgren. He does a great job in the film. He actually had more character development than he did in Creed. He gets a lot to do in this film.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I was like, all right, I see Dolph Lundgren. Jason Momoa he's Aqua Bro, but he's not a complete dumbass. Like, the best way I can explain this movie is the first 30 minutes of the movie are Black Panther, and then from there it transitions to a better version of Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, okay. You had me a little nervous there when you said a better version of. I thought you were like, a better version of Black Panther. I was like, what?
No. It's a better version of Thor Ragnarok. It's a good adventure. The premise of the film is Aquaman trying to get the trident.
That's still a big thing to say right there, because Thor Ragnarok was probably the best.
It was good, yeah. And like, you're getting these sci-fi feels while you're watching the film, but you got to remember that this is underwater, so you're just like, I feel like I'm watching a spaceship in a space battle right now, but this is all underwater. So that's cool. The lore to Atlantis is interesting. How he uses his powers is interesting. Jason Momoa as Aquaman, he's awkward, bro, but he's not a complete dumbass. Like, he has some humanity to him. Like, he has his morals and who he cares about. Like, he cares about his mom, he cares about his dad, and he cares somewhat of the surface world because he's an alcoholic. People have issues with Black Manta, who's just listed as Manta in the credits. I didn't have any problems with him. He's played by, I don't even know how to say this crazy name, Ahaya Abdul Martin II. You've seen him in the Get Down. He was the bad guy in the Get Down.
Yeah, he did an amazing job in that. He was in Baywatch also.
Yeah, he was in Baywatch.
For the 2-3 people who actually enjoyed that movie, I'm one of them.
So, as Black Manta, people are like, oh, we don't understand his motives. I understood Black Manta's motives. I understood the purpose of why he's in the film, because he's not in the film long. He's there just to be like, hey, catch you next time. Which I'm expecting. I'm not expecting Black Manta to take over the film.
All right, that's spoilers.
It's not spoilers. It's
I didn't want to know that.
Oh, fuck you then.
Oh,
anyways, but yeah, visually the costume design is great. There's one, because the embargo's off, so I could talk these things if I feel like it, Casey. So, and I'm not going to spoil it.
All
right. So first of all, costume design's great. There's a scene where Mira has a jellyfish costume on that looked really cool.
Nice.
So I was just like, okay. So the way that they're able to elaborate like fish life and costume, and I don't know, it's just weird how they were able to integrate like it's kind of like an archaic, kind of ancient, medieval looking style, but they integrate that with like fish scales and things of that sort. So it's cool. The Aquaman costume looked good in live action with the scales and everything. I was like, all right. The fish talking was done well. So definitely see an IMAX. The fight scenes are great. Some downfalls are the villain Orin. He's just a dick.
Yeah, he seems like it in the trailer. That guy always takes those roles of that kind of character, though.
He's just a dick, and there's a scene in the movie where Aquaman calls him a dick, and I'm like, he's a dick. Yeah, I know, he's a dick. Like he's just a dick. He just does stuff, and you're like, you dick. Willem Dafoe was good. He plays Volko, who's kind of like his Obi-Wan.
Yeah, he's in the trailer. I remember they showed.
Yeah, he's just like, I will teach you the ways, Arthur. So he's Arthur's Obi-Wan. It was cool. I enjoyed it more than the last Star Wars film because this basically felt like a space film but underwater. Visually, it was impressive. Some of the dialogue is corny when they're on Earth. All the fight scenes are done well. All the 7 kingdoms, they're all distinctive. They're very distinct, so you could tell, like, okay, I know they're in this area or they're in that area. The overall adventure of him trying to obtain the Titan, the Trident, is cool. So it's good. I didn't believe some of the relationship with Mira and Arthur.
Yeah,
they seemed like really cool. Yeah, they seemed like really cool friends. Because it's just like, I guess I love you now. Yeah, one of those things. But other than that, I'm giving this an 8, and you guys need to definitely go see it. See it in IMAX.
So you think you should see it in IMAX full price day one?
Yeah. See it in IMAX. It's visually beautiful film.
Does it remind you of Fast and the Furious at all? Because I'm pretty sure the director did Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. So James Wan has a history of doing horror films. So he adds some horror elements in the film with the trench people, and then again he gives you some of that Fast and the Furious with some chases underwater. So if you like Fast and Furious, if you like action, if you like great visuals and great fight scenes, if you like, a little dash of horror here and there, because he gave you The Conjuring 1 and 2. Saw.
He wrote.
He was able to blend all those things into one movie. Now, one minus I'll give you guys on the film is it's long as hell. I went to the 7 o'clock show and I left at 9:35. So I was just like, damn. But there was never a moment where I was looking at my watch like, all right, let's get I was fully engaged the whole time. Like,
yeah, IMDb
there's never a dull moment.
2 hours and 23 minutes.
Shit. Well, the thing is, when you go to these pre-screenings, there's always like a scene where like, hey, I'm Jason Momoa. Hey, I'm James Wan. Thank you for watching this movie. Please watch this movie. Enjoy this movie. And they're just talking for like 3 minutes about this movie's good. Enjoy it. And you're just like, all right, let's get to the film. Thank you. Thank you for thanking me. Let's get to the film.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I highly recommend it. DC's in the right, they're step in the right direction. For me personally, I think this is the best DC movie right now in this DCEU.
Since what?
Since Wonder Woman.
Since Wonder Woman. Okay.
There's more. There's more. This movie's more rewatchable than Wonder Woman. There's more moments where you're like, oh, I want to go back to that scene. I want to go back to that chase. I want to go back to this scene. Like, I'm not saying it's as deep dialogue wise, but there's more.
That's what I was kind of hoping.
It's more enjoyable for me personally than Wonder Woman.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna check it out this Friday for sure.
That shit was fun.
Nice.
Good ass. Yeah.
How was the theater experience?
Yeah, I said yeah.
How was the theater experience? Like the reaction of the people watching it with you?
People are clapping and stuff. Now, here's one thing that threw me off. The jokes when he was on land, like I don't know who wrote that segment when they're on land and doing the whole fish out of water thing. It's kind of lame. But other than that, some of the jokes, like it's a lot of just dude, bro. I'm a dumbass, but I'm trying to get my shit together.
Okay.
So it's about a dumbass trying to Thor Ragnarok, about a dumbass trying to save his people and get it together.
Okay.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. It's basically the Thor of their universe, anyways, right?
Yeah. He's kind of the Thor. He likes to drink.
My man.
He makes brash, dumb decisions without thinking them clearly. But he has Mira to help him, and Mira to me is kind of like what was that girl in Thor that helped him out? Valkyrie. Yeah, she's the Valkyrie of this film.
Oh, all right.
So it's Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok underwater with
It's
hints of
basically
Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther, Thor, and Ragnarok come together.
Yeah, and then a short
Underwater.
20-minute horror segment, and then the rest of it's good. Now, one thing that caught me off guard: movie ends. You know, you have your big battle. Everything's good. We're happy. The end credit song is some like pop, like Taylor Swift sounding shit. I was like, how are you gonna have Aquaman do all this dope shit and then go yeah, and then hit me with some pop music where it's like, yeah, girl, Aquaman. Like, I was like, come on, no, like
they cut
the music
check.
selection. No, music selection was trash with that. There's also a segment where they played the rains fall down in Africa, but it was like a remix, like pop version.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that was a segment when they're on land. I was like, oh no. I was like, what in the Swifty is this?
Spider-Verse took all the good songs.
They could have, like, that shit threw me off. I was like, all right, we're about to have an epic, like, they're gonna show the credits. I'm hyped. He did his thing, and it's like, oh, underwater. I was like, oh no.
How was his theme song? Like, you know, Superman, Batman all have themes. Wonder Woman has a theme song.
His shit was like Splash. I think he did. I'm gonna watch this again before we do the full legit review.
Okay,
but
cool.
I don't remember like a standout. It kind of had like a sci-fi vibe. They would play like sci-fi kind of music when they're doing like chase scenes and stuff underwater. So I don't know. It was cool. They established the world of Atlantis well. Mm-hmm. The lore of Atlantis, and they established the rules of underwater and who could breathe above water and who can't. They explain everything.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Everything that Zack Snyder didn't do, and he threw you in that dusty ass water with the air bubble. None of that makes sense. Like, this movie did a discredit to Justice League. Like, you go back and watch Justice League, and you're like, this ain't the same person.
Well, it fixed all the problems Justice League created.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
what I'm hoping for. Because if this doesn't
this ain't the same guy.
Oh, okay, good. Because they didn't give him enough dimension in that movie at all. He was basically like a bouncy ball in that movie.
Powers are different. They explain his powers thoroughly. Like, what he could do, what he can't do, what hurts him, what doesn't hurt him. But the powers he has in this movie, I'm like, where was that shit in Justice League? Were they developing still? Were they on layaway?
And he was training since he was a kid too, right?
Since he was a kid, yeah. Like, Oren's been picking up on them for years. So yeah. I'm just like, what's going on, my man? Did you forget some shit in Justice League? So
Justice League
I don't know,
a horrible movie, man.
I feel like they need to trash some of the stuff that happened in the past in DC and just act like it never happened, or
they got to do Kingdom Come and just bring it all back, keep the same actors, if anything, and just restart.
Do a Flashpoint, or restart. I don't even care for the actor that plays the Flash. He's kind of annoying. They can recast just about everybody at this point.
Momoa? Make him actual Lobo or something? Is that what you think?
Nah, because I like what they're doing with this Aquaman. I don't want to see
him.
I don't want to see the clean cut Chris Hemsworth looking Aquaman. Mm-hmm. Like they established a good Aquaman.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman's cool. They could keep her, but like Flash, I feel bad for Cyborg, but yeah, they can get rid of him too.
They can make a different Cyborg that's not fully 3D like that. They didn't have to have him like all. Cosplay creators make better.
Yeah, do a combination of some CG and some practical effects. You don't have to do all CG where it looks cartoony.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill, if he wants to leave, he wants to act all mopey. Peace, you can go too. We can recast you too.
So how'd you like Aquaman's costume this time?
People were hating on online, but I liked it and it made sense. And they gave you there's history for everything.
That's
his
smart.
Costume, his trident.
Yeah.
His family, everything. They break everything down. So I think they utilize those 2 hours and 30 minutes wisely. Now, some people might think there's pacing issues. I didn't. Everything to me made sense. Everyone's actions made sense to why they did what they did. Mm-hmm. And like, I wanted to know more about Atlantis leaving the film. I was like, all right, I want to visit Atlantis again, because the stuff going above Earth right now with Superman and stuff, that's just stupid. I want to know more about this underwater politics.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's good. They can make Atlantis interesting and friggin' Aquaman a dope character. That's an amazingly hard feat to do. So kudos to them, man.
Kudos, yeah. James Wan did
check it out. Good. I'm excited to see it.
That was a beautiful film. I was just like, okay, that's a screensaver right there. I mean, let me whip out the camera and nobody's watching allegedly.
I almost did that during Spider-Verse.
Yo, yeah. Like it's been a good week. After seeing Spider-Verse and then seeing this, I'm like, yo, I'm ending the holidays well. So let's jump into that. Let's drop that trailer for Into the Spider-Verse.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
You ever hear of the Super Collider? You're gonna love this.
Dimension opening now.
You're like me. That's impossible.
All right, kid, listen up. This fry is your universe. It's soggy, it's weird, it's gross. And this delicious normal fry is my universe. So you want to learn to be Spider-Man.
Can you teach me?
Yes, I can. Time to swing. Good, you're doing it. Double tap to release and whip it out again.
Okay.
Whip.
And release.
You're a natural. Whip.
Hey guys,
Who are you?
I'm Gwen Stacy. I'm from another dimension.
How many more Spider people are there?
Hey, fellas.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder.
Okay. We need to get back to our universes soon.
Brooklyn is gonna collapse. My family lives in Brooklyn.
Whoa.
Miles, what's wrong?
This was never your city. It's mine.
If I don't destroy the collider, none of us will have a home to go home to.
Remember, what makes you different
Let's go.
is what makes you Spider-Man.
Officer, I love you.
Wait, what?
That way. Other way.
Do animals talk in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out.
So Marvel, man. Marvel, they are some ruthless people, man. They can't let DC live for one movie. They had to drop something like this. Man, and Sony, they had me nervous. I've been doubting Sony and been disappointed by Sony for a long time. But they actually pulled.
But doesn't this get you mad with Sony? Like, you had the capability of doing this with a live action Spider-Man, and you kept fucking up, and it took you to do it with a cartoon to get it right?
Yo, I was watching this and I was like, how did they do this so proper and make fun of their old movies at the same time? Like, they know what we want. I don't know who's if it's somebody blocking them or if it's them not wanting to give us proper stories, thinking they gotta dumb it down for people or something. I don't know what the block is, but
maybe it's the writing. They had Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who did Lego Movie and Lego Batman.
Yep.
They did the writing for this, which makes me wonder, because remember they were going to do the Han Solo movie. I wonder what their version would have been like.
That was supposedly going to be incredible. That's what they're saying, but I don't know. This Spider-Man movie,
they nailed it with this.
Yeah, this
with all
great.
These characters.
This movie almost got me to drop a thug tear, man.
Yo, I dropped 2 thug tears. We'll talk spoilers later, but
yeah, we'll talk spoilers later.
There's death in this film for
and
a kid's
I know
film.
the origins. So it's like, I saw things coming.
And the thing is, like, I'm like, you ain't gonna do them like. I was like, oh shit, you did do them like.
I had my hand over my mouth. I was like,
oh my goodness.
I looked over the side, my girl was crying. I was like, holy shit, this fucking movie. It's a cartoon. I haven't felt this way since what other 3D movie? Toy Story 2? Like, I don't know. This hasn't been a 3D movie that's actually made me like, oh my god, this is incredible.
Now, I love the attention to detail.
Oh yeah.
That they had with this film, to the point where like somebody threw a bagel and hit them in the head and said bagel. I was like, oh shit, it's a comic book.
Yeah, I like the approved symbol they showed at the beginning of the movie. Like, you know when you first crack open a comic book and it has that little approved.
Oh yeah, man, they brought it back to the 90s with that for me.
Yeah.
That's why I started.
I was like,
so,
the
like,
attention to detail in this movie is crazy.
Now that damn Stan Lee cameo.
That almost got me.
I was like, did y'all kill him? Because because I was like, he talking some shit like he know, like, I'm about to die soon. Like,
yeah,
he was talking some I'm about to die type talk in that cameo. I was like, all right, Stan, you need to chill out, man. Because when Stanley died, it didn't affect me too bad. I was like, yo, he lived a good life. He old. He accomplished all his goals. Kudos to him. Like, I wasn't too sad. I was just like, yo, he went out like a champ. Good for him. But when that scene in this movie came, and he talking that I might die soon talk, get your life together, I was like, Stan, you need to quit playing, man. You know, I'm in public right now. I can't be dropping these damn thug tears, man. I was like,
Yeah, man.
quit playing, Stan.
Let me read the synopsis real quick. So Miles Morales becomes the Spider-Man of his reality and crosses paths with counterparts from other dimensions to stop a threat to all reality. So this is a PG-13 movie. It's a little under 2 hours. It's an animated action adventure. And yeah, this thing, they came out and they did this proper, man, with the trailers, with everything. They didn't show too much. They did enough to make me excited to see the movie, and it was a 3D movie, you know what I mean? And they knocked this movie out the park in my opinion.
Now, when you went to the theater, was it mostly adults? Because when I went, it was just grown-ass men everywhere.
Yeah, it was mostly adults. And surprisingly, the time that I went, because I had to go early, I went like the first showing, and it was surprisingly still all adults in there, mostly adults. 90% adults.
Now, before we start talking some more plot stuff, standout character to me, he was my spirit animal. Peter B. Parker, which was the middle-aged Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Yo, he spoke to me. He was in his 30s. He made some bad decisions. They kind of hinted that he may, they kind of showed you scenes from the Spider-Man that's from the Tobey Maguire films. So it made me think that he was that Spider-Man, but he's like, nah, he's clearly a different, a iteration of that Spider-Man. But to see the bad decisions he made in life, I was like, yeah, I can see Peter Parker doing dumb shit like that.
Yeah, because he's addicted to being Spider-Man. If you play the game too, you'll realize it. He sees rent's due, this is due, and it's I should go to work, and he's like, let me save some more people. He likes flying around, you know. So
this movie really put the nail on the head that being Spider-Man is detrimental to your life.
It's addictive, man. He's addicted to
it's crack. You keep taking it, and you're your life around you just you can't pay for it. Really, it's like having a drug habit. Your family leaves you. You're making bad decisions. You're out of shape and shit. I just gotta keep Spider-Man in, bro.
Yeah.
Gotta get my spider fix.
Living on a mattress on the ground, looking like a hobo, man. It's
what's some greasy ass pizza. He was out of shape.
So the actor that played him was Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson, yeah. He nailed it.
Yeah,
I felt that Spider-Man. I felt his pain. I was like, you gonna get it together one day, Peter.
Even the way he did the voice acting was great. The way he was describing things, yeah, you know who I am. I'm Spider-Man. He was saying it done this already, but I'll tell you again. You know, he sounded annoyed with being Spider-Man from the get-go. That was dope when he's telling a story.
Now, I enjoyed Miles, played by Shameik Moore, who I know from The Get Down and from Dope. Yeah. And I don't know how he was able to change his voice, but he did a really good job with that. I was like, oh, you sound like an adolescent teen.
Yeah, and I don't know if they added something to his voice to sound way younger. That was dope.
But yeah, he killed that role. I love seeing the multicultural life he lives. His dad's black, his mom's Puerto Rican. His mom has some thickness on her.
Yeah. My girl was like, they had to make her tick like that, eh? I'm like, you noticed?
You're pretending to complain yeah, look at her, look at those hips. Disgusting. All that ass.
Yeah, I like the way Miles' community is real New York. You see abundance of people. It's not empty and dark, and it actually is a lot of love and a lot of people who know each other in the community saying hi to each other and all saying what's up. You know,
I like the dilemma with Miles that he went to a prep school, but he wants to be in the hood still.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, that's cool. I was like, for me, that's real New York, a diverse, multicultural area. That's New York City.
That actually looked like New York. That part for sure was I was like, holy shit, they nailed it. Finally, it's not some, we're going to Brooklyn. It's some place where it's gun toting all over the place. And
it's not the New York City.
What the hell?
That you see from, what's that show, Friends? The New York City there that you don't see any black people?
Yeah,
it's not that.
Yeah, or that.
It's very multicultural. So in comics, I always associate Peter Parker with Queens and Miles with Brooklyn. And they let you know that Miles is about Brooklyn. He got he got the Jordans on. He does graffiti.
Let me say something about those J's though. Those J's, they brought them. They're the Chicago ones that he's wearing in that, but they made a Spider-Verse version for the movie, and those things sold out so fast everywhere. You couldn't grab it. You have to know somebody who worked at the shoe stores to be able to get them.
I'm about to get a replica. That shit gonna say Spider 1.0. They're gonna have a 0.0 on it. They were like, hey, close enough.
But yeah, they flew out of the stores. Our R.H. Noreen, he grabbed a pair. Shout out to him. But yeah, those things are hard to get. Yeah. But, yeah, I may have a pair on ice for me in O-Town, but we'll see. But yeah, the shoes were dope. The the way the costumes looked and the way each universe was. They did the art a little different. I like that, and I like the way they did the coloring on each character. Like some were vibrant, some were dark. I like the way it had the classic comic book dots in it in the movie. That was dope.
So to me, like the art style itself is a character in the film.
Yeah.
So they have that cell shading with the characters up front. My dad was confused. He's like, "Why he got scars on his face?" I was like, "No, that's detailed lines. It's cell shading." So I explained that to him. And then the background is like a static acrylic painting, but the 2D models of the cell shading characters, those are moving, but the background is static.
Yeah, Luna Venez is the one who played his mom from Guess What Show.
From New York Undercover?
Oh, shit. She working.
Just drop that beat. Now, his dad was played by Paperboy, Brian Tyree Henry.
Oh, okay. That's dope.
Paperboy's dad, and
yeah, his voice sounded so familiar. I couldn't put up I was like, who the fuck? It sounded so familiar, but I couldn't figure it out at the moment.
Now, Haley Steinfeld, who's also in Bumblebee, she did the voice of Gwen Stacy, and they're gonna give her own spin-off film. Do you think that she deserved it? How did you feel about the Gwen Stacy character?
Yeah, she deserves it. She did a great job, and they did a great origin story for her too. And it's a good way to keep her character is actually pretty dope in the comic books. So it'll be kind of cool to see her universe come out there more.
Now, my man Mahershala Ali played Uncle Aaron, and I loved Uncle Aaron, but I didn't get enough Uncle Aaron for what they wanted to have later on in the film.
Nah, I think they did the right amount. I
wanted more moments with Uncle Aaron to fully flesh out. I don't think the character was fully fleshed out.
I
just know that's his uncle.
You know the character.
I knew the character, so I knew. But that's not everybody.
So your dad was like, oh, he needed more airtime. Like who?
Yeah. Like the general audience. Like I know who Uncle Aaron is. So I knew what to expect, but the general audience, I feel like they should have fleshed out the character more, especially for the events that they want to happen in the future.
I personally feel it was done at a right pace for the movie.
I disagree.
Yeah, that's fine. It's okay to disagree. But he did a great job with the
I saw him hang out with his uncle,
Biggie beat
and I saw him spray paint stuff with his uncle. That's it. That's not enough for me to be fully invested with the character.
Okay.
Because the thing is, like, he went to his uncle more than he went to his dad. Just a couple more interactions with his uncle would, like, really solidify the relationship that, like, this is his go-to person for everything.
Yeah, but his dad said that in the movie. He's like, I know you're always going over there. You know, like he's like, I don't want you going hanging out over there all the time.
But we only saw him go over there twice. Like, I wanted to see, like, at least it would benefit from at least one. At least one more interaction.
You just wanted to see more of the guy, the character.
Uncle Aaron was dope, man.
Yeah, he was. But I know, but
cool-ass
I think
dude.
they did it proper in a tight way with having so many characters to go through and origin stories to tell. I think they gave him a right amount. And you could go back and read the comic books if you want to see more. But I think they did a right amount.
I think all black people have an Uncle Aaron character in their life. I have an uncle. Well, he wasn't an uncle. He was a family member in Toronto. That it was a very Uncle Aaron-ish person.
Oh, word? Yep. I don't know who this guy is. Can you?
Shout outs to Clint. Shout outs to Eastwood Production. My Uncle Aaron.
His character is dope.
Now, Aunt May was this was a different iteration of Aunt May, and I wasn't expecting that. Like, this Aunt May, she wasn't crying over Uncle Ben. She was ready to go on, like, dating profiles, and she was useful. She wasn't just like the bumbling aunt, like, oh, I gotta go save my aunt. Like,
yeah, exactly. I like this Aunt May.
I was like, okay, I see you, Aunt May, and she was voiced by Lily Tomlin, so she did a great job. Zoe Kravitz did Mary Jane, which I would have never known.
I didn't even notice.
I didn't even notice Mary Jane in the film, so that tells you how much Mary Jane is in the film.
But like the voice didn't stand out at all for me to be like, oh shit, Zoe Kravitz in the theaters. You know what I mean? Like, they could have cut the check to anybody. I would have been like, oh, okay. They should have gave it to the girl from the first Spider-Man trilogy. That girl who played, you know what I mean? Like
Kristen Dunst.
Yeah, like that would have been a better nod to like the character, I think.
Some people are like, oh, they should have brought in Tobey Maguire, but like he has a.
Tobey Maguire always sounds like this when he talks. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I have a nasally voice.
Do you know who stood out more? Nicolas Cage stood out more to me.
Yo, Nicolas Cage was great.
Yeah, he was great. Like for the little parts that he did his thing in, like I thought he was like, oh shit, he just did enough, like for me to be like.
So Nicolas Cage was Spider Noir.
Yeah,
it's the black and white Spider-Man that's based in the 1930s, and he killed it.
Yeah, man.
He owned that. Like I would watch a Spider Noir film.
I'm not mad at that either. I want more Spider-Man. Like I'm not like over this. Like I'm happy with the video game. I'm happy with this movie. I good with more Spider-Man. Homecoming's coming soon. I'm excited.
Some characters that didn't work for me. Penny Parker, which is like the Japanese Spider-Man. She was just there.
Yeah, she was just there. It had some nice parts. It was cool to see that character. I don't know that character at all. I
don't know that character that well, but
so I was like, oh, it's cool to have it in. Like she's the techie person in the crew.
You're like, you need some stereotypical Asian tech stuff done? I'm your man or woman.
That's kind of insultingly what it was. Now that I think of
it. It's pretty much what it's like. Oh, we need somebody to do some tech stuff. Let's get Penny Parker here to do that. So I was just like, Spider-Ham was comic relief for like the younger audience.
Yeah, he was good though.
He wasn't too obnoxious.
Yeah.
He was good enough. Like he did his thing. He showed you the origin.
But this is definitely a
this is Miles'
film. Morales' story. Yeah, so
now
thinking it's gonna go next way. No, it sticks with Miles.
I had some people who were afraid. They're like, is this gonna be the movie where Miles don't know what he's doing and the white man has to come in and say, look, young man, get your life together. Don't be graffitiing and be a good Spider-Man. Like, get your life together, young black man. Like, they thought it was going to be like the white savior film, but no, this is not that. This is clearly Miles' film. And to me, I felt like his character was saving the fucked up 30-something-year-old Spider-Man. Like, they were both learning from each other.
Chris Pine's Spider-Man, though, was that was entertaining, too. So
Chris Pine Spider-Man is... he was there momentarily, and it wasn't memorable, but he was there.
Yeah.
Like, I would have never known it was Chris Pine. I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't know like IMDb down the list. I was like, oh, shit, he was in this?
It was just like generic white man voice. It could have been Chris Evans for all I know. Like, I didn't know. Like, it was just like a heroic, like, hero voice.
Yeah. So
I would have never known it was
what do you think? I'm dying to get into spoilers. So what do you think of this movie?
I'm still beating around the bush. To me, it was a 10 out of 10. I loved every moment of it.
This is one of the best I've seen this year for sure.
Every emotional beat in this film hit. If they were trying to make you tear up or they wanted you to see the impact of a decision, it hit. Now, there were complaints about the animation being choppy and all these other things. That was done intentionally. That was part of the art style.
Yeah.
That was due to, again, with the 3D modeling. Well, I mean, with the 2D models with the cell shading and then the background being static, that kind of created that effect. But that's due to the film being a graphic novel being in live action.
Yeah, and they're trying to make it fade out in the background and stuff like that.
Yeah, like when you read a graphic novel, you look at a character in the background, they're not going to be as detailed as a character that up front. And they do that intentionally in this film. This movie to me is like an Andy Warhol painting coming to life, like a pop art painting. That's in motion. So that was done well. The design of Kingpin was kind of weird to me. Like his neck, like his head is in the middle of his body. Like it looks like he has a tumor coming out of his back. Like the way his body's shaped, it's just very odd. He's voiced by Liev Schreiber, who you may have seen in the Wolverine film as Sabretooth. He's also on Ray Donovan.
Yeah.
So he does like the New York Kingpin, and they give you some brief backstory to Kingpin and his you know why he's doing what he's doing. But the character design for Kingpin is just weird. Like he's like freakishly grotesque and huge, and he has super strength. Like he was doing some shit where I'm like, nah, man, you have to be a metahuman or some type of something's going on for you to do these things.
He's Kingpin, man. He's on Mexican supplements. He's on everything. HGH, he's on it.
Like I was just like, nah. I was like, you're not human.
Nah, I like the Kingpin character. I like the way they made him so big and like intimidating looking. Like he
who's
like
tailoring these suits, man?
He looked like a wall just moving towards the screen. Like he just took over the entire screen. I like the way they
close up, like when they did the close up moments where they're like really close on his face and you don't see his freakishly like back. If that is back or his torso, first of all, because I'm confused. It's like his head's coming out of his stomach.
Mm-hmm.
That's how his body's shaped. But anyways, like when they have the close-up shots and you're not seeing the full body, he's intimidating. You're like, oh shit, this guy's scary. And then when the camera like pans out and you see his full body and he's shaped like an 8-ball with a head coming out, you're like, the hell is this? He's like a walking tumor.
He looks like Kanye West and Lil Pump in that music video.
Yeah, it looks like that. It's just freakishly. It's weird. Like, you know why? It makes sense that he's super strong because maybe people are picking on like, oh, look at this nigga look like a tumor. Like, you know, they're probably talking shit to him when he's little, and probably forced him to become a badass. So. But still, he was doing some wild stuff where I'm just like, nah, humans can't do that.
On the Mexican supplements, man, I'm telling you.
he's on that. He crossed over to the DC universe and got that Venom from Bane.
Yeah, he's got that Bane.
He's snorting that. He's like, ah. Now, I like the hip hop aspect of the film. There's scenes where he's in Times Square swinging, and if you look carefully in the background, you'll see like a billboard for the Weeknd's album.
Chance the Rapper.
Chance the Rapper. I saw the poster.
They put a 4 on his head so they don't get sued.
It's a different universe. His name is said Chance is like taking chances or guess the rapper.
It's called Try
the Rapper. Try the Rapper.
With the 4. I like that. It had a lot of different art pieces in the background. The guy who played Spider-Ham, I think it had his actual show that he does in Broadway in New York. It had a poster of that too. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I remember seeing that. It had a couple of different things. There's a lot of stuff in the backgrounds of this movie.
Now, I enjoyed the... I'm not too familiar with Miles Morales' universe, so I was very surprised by some of the reimaginings of these classic Spider-Man characters. Like, there's moments that caught me off guard because I'm like, oh, this person's that person in the universe I'm familiar with. So
and the villains too. I love the way
that's what I meant. Like the villains caught me off guard because I'm not super familiar with Miles Morales' universe. So that was cool. Yeah, I did peep that when they did show the old Spider-Man house. Like I did see the costume from the PS4 game.
Yeah.
So that was like, okay, are you the same? I was like, never mind. No, you're not. Because that Spider-Man did some wild stuff. I was like, no. So, yes, I'm giving it a perfect score. Is it a perfect movie? For my personal opinion, yes. But everybody, opinions are subjective. I enjoyed the art style. I enjoyed the story. All the emotional beats hit. Miles Morales was great. All the characters, like the juggle of this amount of Spider-Mans without it being overly goofy and nonsense and having a legit story. They nailed everything. All the dramatic beats hit. All the humor, for me, hit most of the time. Spider-Ham, not crazy about him, but...
That's who he is, though. That's his character, so it's like...
That's his character, so...
Yeah.
Could I do without Spider-Ham? Yes.
Yeah, but he helped for comic relief in the movie to keep things going up. And
he's good for the younger audience. Like, I know my son was probably like, yay! he's like Bugs Bunny, but Spider-Man...
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he is, yeah.
Yeah, so... That was cool. That's my opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the soundtrack was amazing on this movie also. I enjoyed the sound. Like, the music was playing in the movie was great. The comedy hit. They did great pacing. The drama makes you feel it. They know how to make you laugh, make you feel like crying and shit. The movie, they knocked it out the park. This is a must-watch in theaters for sure. And I think I'm actually going to buy this Blu-ray to watch it again.
Now, do not see it in 3D.
I didn't see it in 3D. I saw it in just regular 2D IMAX.
Yeah, because the way the art style is, it doesn't translate well in 3D. My other issue with this film is it's so beautiful on the big screen. I'm not sure how that's going to translate on the small ass 50-inch TV at home because so much detail in the background I was able to see on the big screen. I'm like, I'm going to miss out a lot when I watch it at home.
You'll be all right.
I don't know. I'm going to tell my wife I need a 70-inch now just for this movie.
Yeah.
Just for this movie.
Yeah, I like the amount of love that it paid to actual Spider-Man fans with all the little parts and nuances they put in the backgrounds, little Easter eggs they threw in there. This is honestly one of the best comic book movies I've seen. Like, that's a happy going, well-balanced movie that's juggling a whole lot of characters. They did a great job with this movie, and I'd honestly recommend it.
One of the best theater experiences I had this year, and I'm gonna go on the record, and you can bring me all the smoke. I enjoyed this more than Infinity War. I said it. Said it.
They're both
Stand
up
by
there.
it.
They're both up there. I'm not knocking no
hot-
other movie to
it's the
put
hot
that movie
take.
up.
No,
I'm just saying this is a good
I'm
movie.
not knocking anything. I'm just saying, like, out of all the superhero movies this year, this has been number one for me.
Okay. But yeah, the movie was dope, man. I want to get into spoilers.
He's out here getting scared to do hot takes.
No, I'm not scared to do a hot take. I just keep it real.
Scared, son. Keeping it real, man. I enjoyed, like, Infinity War was good. It was cool. I was glad to see how they were able to, have that many amount of characters in the film and successfully pull it off. But this film right here, oh no, I know people are like, oh, you're on that hype juice, you're on the Kool-Aid, you're on the Spider-Man aid. I sat with this film for a couple days because I seen the early screening of this, and the more I thought about this movie, I was just like, it's a damn good movie, man.
Yeah. And
Damn
everything
good.
felt consequential. Like, for real. When things were happening, it was like, holy shit. Like, that's it. That's final with this,
Like,
So
I'm
it was pretty
afraid for
dope.
this Spider-Man on his own. I was like, these streets is tough, son.
Yeah, this is relentless. Like, I was like, is this a kid's movie? You know what I mean? Like,
I was like,
man, you
people
sure this is
die
rated
out
PG?
here. Man. This ain't no walk it off. And I'm like, you dead. And this
People are
Yeah,
dying
like-
out here. So yeah. No, this is an incredible movie, man. I know people are biased towards 3D movies. They want to see real actors and stuff like that. But this movie, you forget all that like 10 minutes into the movie that it's that. You'll forget that you wanted that while watching the movie.
This movie
It's that
pulls
good.
you in, man. And it says,
And
do
it has
you
life.
have your shots? Do you want to come back with Miles to Brooklyn?
In the movie, what I like about the movie, the characters actually have life and dimension. They're not just one-dimensional people. They have real stories, real jobs, they're really doing stuff in this. It's not that they're all just waiting for Miles to make a decision and then the world gets moved around by his movements.
It seems like
things are
everybody's a
happening.
reluctant hero in that film. Everybody's like,
things are happening, movements are happening, and it's like he's got to keep up or fall behind. Like that's what I like about this, and expectations and Uncle Ben's quote plays a big part in this, and I really enjoyed it.
damn you, Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
But let's get into spoilers. Give your score or what you have to say.
I don't like giving
overall.
numbers, but yeah, it's definitely up there. It's up there with the Infinity Wars.
Tracy
the
says
Dark
10
Knight.
out of 10. It's 10 out of 10, everybody.
This nigga's always talking over me. Holy shit. It's definitely up there with the Dark Knight and Infinity War, in my opinion. It's up there with the greats for comic book movies. And I would definitely recommend this. So
10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Let's get into spoilers.
All right.
Drop
let's
that
talk.
spoiler sign. You hear that right now? You know what it means.
Once I talk over you all the time, go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you
No, I
want
have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I'm gonna be emotional. No. So, yeah, man, they killed the Chris Pine Spider-Man the rough way. I was just like, all right, he about to get up and walk that off.
I thought it was gonna get blown up like in the comic books.
No, man, like crushed his, like beat him to death. I was like, oh shit.
I was like, fuck, man, they really killed him. I was like, maybe they didn't. And then they were like, Spider-Man is dead. I was like, oh shit.
I was like, he dead. I was like, oh,
it's like, all right, shit. Thought he was in a
I was
coma
like,
or something, you know? Pulled off his mask and broke his fucking rib cage. I was like,
why do you have
shit.
blonde hair? Because that threw me off. I was like,
That
is
threw me
that?
off, too.
It's like, is that the clone Spider-Man? But I guess in that universe he has blonde hair.
Yeah, it was like, okay, was he Scarlet Spider-Man? Okay.
Yep. Ben Parker.
Yeah.
Ben Riley.
Let's go straight into the after credits. That's what's on my mind right now. What did you think of the meme that they remade? That was pretty dope with Spider-Man.
That was alright. Like
2099.
everybody was like, "Oh, it's so great." Maybe I'm becoming a grumpy old man. I was just like, "Okay."
Yeah, no, it was good. That made me laugh. I wasn't expecting it at all. So I was like, I heard there's something after the credits when that popped, because they made it seem like it was gonna be like, oh, okay, this is gonna be the introduction for part 2. It's like, nah, this is just a joke. You know, it's not that serious. So I like.
My dad saw that and he's like, "I don't get it." I was like, "Yeah, you're old."
Because he doesn't know the memes. But yeah, that was great. A lot of the stuff that they did in this movie was phenomenal, man. Like the webbing, the way they showed him give the webs, and he shot off the webs, and he was teaching him how to use it. That was pretty dope.
Like, man, like I said before, like I really felt for middle-aged Spider-Man. Like that speech where he meets Mary Jane, he's talking about the bread. I was like, man, if you don't go back home and get your wife.
Yeah, for real.
Because he was ready to sacrifice himself, which I don't understand. I'm just like, I guess he's depressed with how shitty his life is. He's just like, yeah, I'll stay. Because throughout the film, everybody's glitching out of Miles's world because they're not part of that dimension. Yeah, I didn't understand the the Japanese Spider-Man, the Penny Parker, because it was a spider, it was an actual spider in a robot suit.
Yeah, that's a whole comic book that I don't even know.
And I was like, is that spider like? Because once the suit broke, I was like, is that spider dead? Is it gonna bite her and give her power? I was like, maybe I need to research on this because they kind of zoomed through her origin story. It was at the point in the film where they're like, all right, we showed you enough origin stories, like you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I like the way he was like the Peter Parker original was like, oh my back, and like from the movie, the Spider-Man trilogies, he actually hurt his back in the movie and in real life. So I like the way they added that in. Because the guy who's playing Mysterio was supposed to be Spider-Man because dude hurt his back. Remember that?
Oh, who hurt their back? What happened?
The dude who's playing Spider-Man in the original trilogy, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
In the movie, he hurts his back, and he's like, my back. And then in real life, he actually hurt his back, and he almost wasn't Spider-Man anymore. So the dude who's playing Rey Mysterio now, he was supposed to replace him as Spider-Man. So they put a joke in this, in the new Homecoming movie. I can't remember his name. He was.
You mean Mysterio, not Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, Mysterio. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was like the wrestler.
No, my bad. But yeah, he's. So I like the way they put the little inside joke in that with that part. That was dope.
Oh, okay. So it was supposed to be Jake Gyllenhaal. You're saying, right?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, I got lost with that conversation. I was like, where are we going? I was like, Rey Mysterio. I was like, oh shit.
No,
wrestling
Mysterio,
WWE.
Mysterio, yeah.
Mysterio. Okay, all right. We're back on the same page. Aunt May, she was very useful, and it was kind of like it's kind of sad because she got over the death of Peter pretty quickly.
I think she was like feeling like he was gonna die any day because she knew he was Spider-Man. She was helping him with the costumes and everything.
Yeah, she's helping with costumes.
Like, it's a risk he's been taking. He's been a hero this whole time, and like, yeah, it was sad, but she was like, this is the risk that he was taking, you know. And I feel like they could add her into like the sequel for the next, if they do a Spider-Man Miles Morales story, she could be like.
I feel like she could be his Alfred.
Yeah, his Alfred to help him out to.
Yeah, he goes and talks to Aunt May.
Yeah, and that helps her relationship. You know what I mean? So.
His dad be like, "What are you hanging out with this old white woman?"
I thought in this movie the dad was gonna figure it out because remember when at the end he's like, "I love you," and he walks away. I thought the dad figured it out at that moment. Like, oh shit.
I feel like the dad knows, but like he's in denial in his head. Like, why is a random person same height as your son?
But when he hugged him, I thought he figured it out. Like when he hugged.
I think he did. I think he's in denial.
Because there's no way your son could hug you and you don't know. You know what I mean? Like you know the feel. Like.
Because even like he'll think and he's like, nah, I can't be like that's like his mindset. Probably like, nah, I can't be Miles.
Because when he saw him sitting over his uncle's body, after his uncle got popped, and he's like looking, and he thought he was a criminal. I was like, oh, they're gonna take the movie here where he's like gunning for his own son. That'd be, freaking, you know what I mean? Like if that was the only problem, like now his dad's trying to shoot him in the. Remember when they were having the fight with him and Kingpin were fighting? And the dad was watching?
Yeah, if I was dad because dad
some shots or something, you know, like
his dad was on the warpath due to the death of the Prowler.
Yeah, it seems like they just derailed that whole story and just put it to making it okay. This is the linear bad guy, and then he's not headhunting anymore. You know what I mean? So, which
was kind of weird. Like he didn't really. It didn't seem like he had the strongest relationship with his brother, but once his brother died, he was like, "No, Spider-Man's fault."
Yeah.
I gotta blame somebody, even though I wasn't keeping tabs on my brother who's out here robbing people.
Yeah.
Now, excuse me. The sound effect that they used for the Prowler, whenever he'll chase people, that was horrifying. I was like,
man, that was great.
I was like, oh,
I was
shit.
like, holy shit, they're doing this character that's not even like a popular Marvel character. Super dope justice, man. They're making him more terrifying than Kingpin.
Now, could you see Donald Glover play that character since he's playing Uncle Aaron in the MCU? They introduced him as Uncle Aaron already in Homecoming.
Yeah,
could you see you can see Glover evolve into that Prowler?
Yeah, for sure. I can see.
Like Donald Glover and menacing don't really go together, but we will see.
That's why it works so well because like if people don't know, like in this movie, I'm sure a lot of people didn't know the Prowler was his uncle this whole time, so they were shocked. As you're supposed to be, right? So a guy like Donald Glover being super nice and super cool with his nephew and then being like, all right, man, I'll catch you later. And then he ends up being murderer, body man, robber who robs out banks and all this type of stuff. It's like, what? It was you? You know what I mean? That's why that's why it works so well. That impact of finding out that Donald Glover had been the thief Prowler this whole time who's murdering people in Brooklyn, like that'd be dope. I could see that happening.
Now the Prowler's always been like an anti-hero in the story, so To me, I always enjoyed his anti-hero story more than the anti-hero story of Deadpool. I always wanted to know more to the motives of why the Prowler's doing what he's doing. Unlike a Deadpool story where it's just like, he's crazy.
Yeah, well, I feel like after this movie and everybody sees this, they'll be like trying to figure out who the Prowler is.
I wouldn't mind seeing a live-action Mahershala Ali as the Prowler because he looks like the Prowler in real life.
That could work.
He has the right build.
I'm mad at that. Yeah.
Cottonmouth is gone, so
I ain't mad at that.
Make it happen.
Definitely could be in it. Yeah.
So. I don't think I have any other spoilers. Like, I think see the movie. It's good.
Yeah, definitely see the movie. Anything that you saw in the movie that you wanted to point out, like Easter eggs that you liked?
Some of the album covers in the background. There's some mentions to other Spider-Man properties, but it's one of those films where you got to rewatch it several times to catch all the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Are there any that like stood out to you? Any like specific ones that stood out to you?
I liked how Spider-Gwen had like the shoes she was wearing were ballet shoes. Like they could have just had her in black, but they put the ballet shoes, like her origin stories, like she's a drummer in a ballet and all that type of shit. So I like the way they added that in on her. I love the villains, the way the Green Goblin looked. He looked amazing. He looked terrifying. He was huge, like he was jacked off of like some sort of serum that made him bigger, just like in the Miles Morales story. I like the way Scorpion looked. He was like half robotic and half human. That was dope. Like the way
that's the Scorpion from Miles' universe in the comics.
I like the way they did that. I was hoping they're gonna mix it up a little bit more, like the villains from other universes were gonna come in and mix up together and try to. But that would have been too much. They could do more later, but this is enough for now. But I like the way that they did the movie. I loved when it had the Brooklyn Bridge where like that's where Gwen Stacy, like, you know what I mean, like that's a big meaning part in the movie when they're fighting. You notice like that was dope. So there's a lot of dope shit in that.
Yeah, let me jump in with some Easter eggs I found.
You look like you're reading them off the internet. Like you sound like it.
I am reading them off the internet. So there's there's the Tobey Maguire thing I spoke about earlier. So they had the whole like the jazz scene. Remember when they had the Venom suit in Spider-Man 3 and he's doing that lame ass dance?
Yeah.
They showed that.
I'm trying to get that out of my brain, but yeah, I remember that, unfortunately.
And a lot of the things, like a lot of the background art, well, not art, the background imagery that you see when he's in Manhattan are like spoofs of like TV shows. So From Dusk Till Dawn is like a sequel to Shaun of the Dead. It's like a fake version of that. There's Hi Hello, which is a take on Mahoney and Nick Kroll's stage play, like you said earlier. There's a Baby Shower.
That's it. That's what it's called. Okay.
There's Baby Showers, which is a version of Paul Feige's Bridesmaid. Ad for Planet Inglewood instead of Hollywood. When I hear Inglewood, I think of San Andreas. For some reason. R&B singer named Kislin, which is basically The Weeknd but spelled differently. A Clone College poster, which is the remember that the short-lived show Clone High School? So it's like a play on that. And there's a Detroit Pistons pitcher where it's like a fake version of Blake Griffin, but he's playing for the Boston Red Sox instead.
His costume was dope too. Like the way he spray painted the costume, it looks so much better than friggin' what I remember his first original costume in the comic book. It looks similar, but they made it look a little rougher around the edges from the spray paint. That looked dope, man. I wanna check Amazon and get my cosplay going with that.
I have my wife making me that shirt right now with the spray paint logo.
Painted, yeah, like a basketball look. Yeah,
yep, she's making that for me as we speak in the other room.
That shit iconic. Like it's brand new, but it feels like it's iconic already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the roughness of it. Like it captures the essence of it's Brooklyn.
Yeah, man.
And that's what this film's all about. Now, as I said earlier, with the different costumes, you see all the costumes from the video game, so I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah, some of them are from before the video game though. I don't know the origins of some of them, like the black and green costume.
No, I'm just saying all those costumes are unlockable in the game.
Yeah. I know that, but I just don't know the origins of each of those costumes.
So yeah, it's a lot. Like you have the bulletproof MK suit, which is from Amazing Spider-Man issue 656. You have the electro-proof suit.
Yeah.
You have the Spidey suit from the What If issue 19. Spider-Man stopped Uncle Ben's murder. You have the advanced suit from the Spider-Man PS4 game. So you got a lot of stuff. You got the stealth costume from Amazing Spider-Man issue 650, which is going to be seen in the new Spider-Man Far From Home film. So I don't know. It's been the year of the Spider-Man.
Yeah, for sure. The Octavius in this movie surprised me. That one got me.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
I'm like, yeah, it's a scientist. And then she's like, I can't wait to watch you die in this chair. I'm like, what the hell? And then turns out to be fucking Doc. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Now, did you see Tombstone in the film? He was voiced by Homeboy from Black Lightning, the guy that plays Tobias Whale.
Oh, dope. Yeah, Tombstone was great in this movie.
I was like, yo.
He did his part. You know what I mean?
I was like, I feel like he was itching to say the word Negro because he says it so much on Black Lightning. Can I call Miles a Negro one time? And he kind of looks like Tombstone in real life. Like, I don't know, might be some good casting, man.
Hey, man, this movie was great, man. I hope we get more stuff like this. So, this is what we deserve, man, Sony. What are you doing?
Olivia Octavius. Yeah, that caught me off guard.
Yeah, when she said her last name, it was like, oh, shit. And then that's when they did the whole reveal. So, and I like the way her costume looked, too, with the air bubble. Like, it was like air, pillowy, sharp, like, arms instead of, like, the metal, like, regular thing that we usually see. Yeah, it was dope, man. I'm excited to see more and get back into checking out his comic books and Peter Parker's. I ordered when Peter Parker for real came. I was like, oh, good, okay, he's not really dead. Like, they just killed off the one that I know blows up in the comics. That was sad, man. When the way he got taken out.
I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot.
My bad.
Nah, it's all good. Now, this is random. I saw that the new PlayStation, the portable, like the classic one that they had, I saw that it failed, and they cut the price in like half now.
That's good.
But it's hackable. All you got to do is connect a USB keyboard to it, and then you can get to the main screen and you can add stuff to it. Allegedly.
Yeah, maybe Boxing Day I'll grab one then for $50.
Allegedly, yeah, 39.
39 is definitely worth it.
Yeah, 39. I'll pick it up.
$129 Canadian was insultive. What, $50 Canadian, 55? That's worth it.
So
that's an insult, man. 129 for 20 games or whatever. That was way too.
So I think this concludes our spoiler section for next week. Let's do our top 5 games for the year and our top 5 movies of the year
and music. Top 5 albums.
Man,
yeah, man.
It's gonna be hard. So I have a whole week. I got a whole week to brainstorm this. And next week we'll do the full review of Aquaman, and we'll do the spoiler review of Aquaman as well.
Absolutely.
So,
and we're gonna have more Bacchanal news for y'all.
Yeah. So this concludes this episode of the Bacchanal podcast. What episode are we on?
65.
60. Oh, now
we there.
Popping Viagra now.
We should be getting movies half price and breakfast for free.
All right.
All right, buddy.
Peace.
Peace.